As we get ready for the sixth of 8 opening round matches in the IM GM Speed Chess Championship, we look at the bracket here. We've seen 5 winners make their way to the quarterfinals. Number 1 seed John Bartholomew, 2 seed Levy Rosman, 3 seed Alina Kashinskaya, an upset by pre-match ranking by Eric Rosen, and then the 5 seed Greg Shahadi. We are about to see 8 versus 9 matchup between Kostya Kavutskiy and Lawrence Trent. And Vidit, I have to ask you, like I do every single match, I need a prediction from you. I know your heart wants to go with the nice guy, Kostya Kavutskiy, but you also know Lawrence Trent for a long time, and he can be quite dangerous.
I like how you specified nice guy, Kostya, as if I was confused, but yeah. But, my only expectation today is that it should be a close match without any big blunders. I want to see good chess, and I want it to be nail-biting finish, As a fan, as a spectator, I want that.
Sorry to cut you off there, but you said you want to see no blunders, but we're watching Lawrence Trent play chess. So, I mean, what are you asking for here?
Lawrence can pull off miracle, it would be great.
Well, we're doing a little bit of friendly ribbing about Lawrence Trent, and he is going to be playing in this long format, 75 minutes of 5+1 blitz, 45 minutes of 3+1 blitz in 1 second increment for these time controls, and then 25 minutes of 1 minute and 1 second bullet chess. And while we make jokes at Lawrence's expense, it's because we've known Lawrence for many years. I personally have commentated with him plenty of times, and our daily question, Lawrence is involved with many other skill games. So is there a correlation between chess skill and skill in other strategy games? Get involved with the hashtag SpeedChess. Vidit, do you play any other games of skill besides chess?
Does it mean that does chess skill help in other areas of life or just other games? That's my counter question.
Other
games.
Yeah.
I think chess helps in any case. Like, you learn how to prepare, you learn how to be professional and stuff like that. Yeah, it helps you in other aspects of life. I don't think it's limited to just games. Anything I do, I try to do it as if like I'm playing chess and try to do the best I can. Of course, there's a big learning curve, but that things don't come easy, and you learn a lot from playing chess. And every day you play a game, you lose, and you know that nothing is going to be easy, and your ego immediately breaks. So a lot of plus points of playing chess, I must say.
I don't disagree. And as both players said, don't oversimplify the game. And we try not to, because it is a very rich, complex game. Otherwise, everyone would become Magnus Carlsen if it were that simple. But it also is, everyone is capable of learning. I firmly believe in that. And that's why I do the commentary that I do. I think that you can always pick up things here and there. And these players are off. We'll try to give good chess advice, try to keep our puns to a minimum today. Vidit, maybe I'll make some puns today. If I'm in a particularly good mood.
I will zip it if you can make some puns. I will love it.
Okay.
Love to hear that.
Okay. Well, we're going to start off in this game here. C5, hitting the center. D5. I don't want to give up my D pawn, and look in the center. E and D pawns for white. We have this Benoni structure. Were you expecting opening choices like this?
Just 1 second. I'm loading the game.
Oh, no worries. We just have move 8 underway. Kostya with the white pieces in game 1. He's the lower rated of the two players. As you can see, their ratings in the parentheses. But I think Kostya might be a little bit underrated on Chess.com. That's just my take.
Yeah, I don't know much about Kostya Kavutskiy. And can you tell me, like, how is he as a player and what's his skills? Because I've very rarely seen his games, so I don't know much about him.
Yeah, he's very solid, very technical, typically. He's actually written some good chess books. He also is a frequent author for Chess Life magazine and US Chess Online. So he's always involved with studying the game. He became an international master several years ago, and he's always working on his craft. I know people whom he plays training games with. So he's a just devoted student of the game of chess. And that's, I think, can be very helpful in some instances. But in others, you spend too much time in games of blitz, because sometimes you can be a bit of a perfectionist with a style like his.
I also saw that he was playing quite a lot of blitz and bullet and stuff like that. So he's taking it seriously. I like this move G5, very standard in Benoni, to stop F4 ideas. And one of the very nice ideas is like to go Queen C2 and play knight D1, knight E3 to bring the knight to F5. It's very thematic and nice.
I like that because once you play g5, you've pushed a pawn that cannot move backwards. So you would actually like to play g5 to g6 in some variations to cover the f5 square. But now the pawn's on g5, as you said, it stops f4. But does it really stop f4, Vidit? Sometimes you want to play f4 to open up the f file, but the rook is on e1, not on f1. So it'll take some time to really create annoying threats over in the f file.
Yeah, I don't think I would play f4. I mean, you can do it, of course, but I would rather go for this slow plan with queen c2, knight d1, knight d3. I mean, give me that f5 square, yeah?
Here it comes. Here comes that knight d1, knight e3, knight f5. It's like an escalator. That's what it feels like. You start going down a little bit, and then you just smoothly go up, and then you land on f5 with a pretty devastating effect. This bishop on g7 is one that you like to see open in a Benoni, but there are two knights in the way and no way to start trading them off and get the full length of the diagonal. So the pawn on b2 is the one quote-unquote weakness in the position. It's safely protected by the bishop on c1. The pawn a6 can become a target as well. So I like white's position here, but the time management already starting to concern me a little bit. Plenty of time left in it, but we saw a trend in other matches where the side that just had too few seconds remaining was the side who got in trouble down the stretch.
I mean, I'm okay if they go down to 10 seconds as long as they play good chess. I'm like really, really wanting to see some very good games, you know, like high quality chess. That's what I'm expecting.
So then you shouldn't be commentating with me. I live for chaos.
Rook a2 is nice to get rid of like the pressure on b2.
Yep.
And now I think one of the standard ideas is to play a5, a4, or the knight on f6 I don't like. I want to improve it, but I don't see a way to improve it.
Can you play knight e8, knight c7, knight b5? You keep talking about knight d1, knight e3, knight f5.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I think it's a good idea to go knight e8, knight c7.
I would say the one downside of touching this knight on f6 is white will go knight h5 pretty quickly, right? And even if there's no checkmating threat, it's always in the back of your mind. Is white going to take my bishop on g7? If I go bishop to h8, like if I just throw these moves on, maybe f4 becomes more powerful because when I take back that f4, the
it's not
pawn.
simple. Would you exchange queens, by the way, to go queen b3?
Are you talking about in a vacuum? Like if I'm playing anybody, if I'm playing against Lawrence?
No, in this position. In this position.
Okay, you're talking about the position, not the players.
Yes,
I just need to clarify because throughout today's show, I'm going to have to throw friendly jabs at these two. Queen b3 is a very interesting move.
I don't like bishop e3 move at all. Like bishop on c1 does more than on the e3. It seems awkward, but you know, on bishop on c1 it protects b2.
Right.
So.
And your essential question is, what is it doing on e3? And the answer seems to be nothing.
Yeah, I would rather bring the knight to e3. I think this is where it shows, like if you analyze such positions more often, you know the ideas, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go bishop e3 and stuff like that. So black has improved his position in the last few moves, whereas white has just been very defensive. So I'm getting a feeling that, as you said, you know, Coste tries to play some very correct chess, and it's very hard to do that in Blitz. You have to, you know, your moves should like improve your position, kind of, at least.
Right. And we've seen this in other matches where there's a lack of clarity to one player's moves while the other side is just taking up space. You know, knight c4, for instance, is an idea. Queen to b3, as you mentioned earlier. I think queen b3 is an excellent move right now because there it is, queen b3. If you take on b3, I take with my a pawn, and now it becomes a nice pawn on b3, cement a problem on b2. Black has control over the a file. It's looking very promising for Lawrence.
Play queen c1, right? White should play queen c1.
Queen c1, or maybe bishop d1. I don't really love the move bishop d1, but you know, that way at least I can try to challenge. Queen c1 played. Your move, of course, is the better one. Bishop d1 becomes a threat as the pawn a4 might have gone too far.
Now it's not so easy. Like, how would you improve your position with black? It feels like you have achieved the maximum.
Right.
You can play c4, knight d3, although it's a bit double-edged to give up the control, but it's an idea.
Yeah, c4 is one of those moves that you know obviously can't take it back, but sometimes you just give up.
Is that an ambulance, by the way?
Yeah, it's an ambulance. Come on, man. I live in New York. Even though people aren't going out, sometimes the ambulance has to blare those sirens and go on over. So actually, it sounds more like a fire truck. No, it's an ambulance. I'm you know, it's been a while since I've heard those sirens. So good ear by you. All right, knight c4 played.
Knight c4 I was going to suggest, but then I felt that it's not the right move. Somehow, intuitively, I felt that it's... Now
What's
you
wrong
can
with
take on c4 and then
Mhm.
go rook a1. You know, it would be ideal. Then if I could remove the knight on c3 and get bishop to c3,
Yep.
that would be like perfect.
You're asking for a lot though.
I aim for the sky, aim for the stars, or what's
Mhm.
something like that. I aim for the stars.
Bishop E1, I expect now. There it is. And somehow, despite Black making progress, Black's been pushed back a little bit these last couple moves. I know the queen went from C2 to C1, but
Like-
these bishops on D1 and E1 are more annoying than initially appeared.
Yeah, knight on e5 was very well placed. Why would you remove that? Although even now, white is not threatening knight a4 because you go back. Yeah, you have to go back. So bishop c2 makes a lot of
Yes.
sense with the idea knight d1, bishop c3. Please play knight d1 for God's sake.
No,
Just play it.
Knight D1 is not going to happen, but bishop C2 stops this knight D3 threat and actually opens up ideas with knight takes A4. The queen on B4 is under attack. There's going to be a discovery if I move my knight away
But
from
he's
C3.
playing so slow. He's playing so slow. You have to play bishop c2 like in an instant, in such positions. You cannot take so much time.
I actually don't know what he's afraid of in the case of bishop C2 because it just looks like there it is. And that's a move that
35 seconds. Yeah.
He spent 35 seconds on a move he saw it in 1 second. Right? As soon as the knight goes to E5, you're like, wait a sec, the D3 square. Oh, bishop C2. And he's not working with his reflexes very well. And sometimes you make a rash decision and it totally backfires. But in this type of time control at this moment, you need to play more quickly. So queen C4. There's
rook a1.
Rook at A2. I like rook B to A1, but he was afraid of knight D3.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to keep the material balanced, and so he doesn't want to give up his bishop on C2 for a knight.
Makes sense because still it's very tough for Black to come up with moves.
Yep. As you said, actually, Black's pieces are in the perfect position, but what now?
Yep. Sometimes it's possible to play G4 kind of moves, but I doubt if it's good here.
Yeah.
Queen D4 is an option, Keep harassing the queen if that's your strategy.
But if the queen D4, can I just take it? I was thinking of taking on A4, but I see your point that if I get into something like this, now my pieces are all sorts of...
it's awkwardly placed,
Yeah, they're not harmonious at all, and this D pawn can start pushing. So let's see. Lawrence thinking is rook B4. Is B3 an option here? Can I just go pawn B3?
B3 is good move. Nice.
The rook on A8 is hanging, so B3 feels like an opportunity to take advantage of
I see Lawrence shaking his head, so probably spotted B3.
Yeah. B3 is not a friendly move to have to face, especially down to these under 30-second portion of the game. But Kostya's still thinking here. And I don't care if you play B3 or rook B to A1 or something.
18 seconds, come on.
Whoa.
Oh, bishop A4?
His B3 at the end.
Yeah, but it feels awkward to do it the other way around, no?
I completely agree.
You know what Lawrence is thinking? To play queen A2. But...
Whoa, wait. What just happened? Okay, so bishop takes A4, now B3. This is a good move order.
No, but bishop
Lawrence.
B3. Now you have bishop B3 at least.
Yes.
Very strange by Kostya to go this way.
Good move order by Lawrence, but look at the F5 square, Vidit. That F5 square, it might become handy for white in the very near future. 12 seconds. 12.2 he made with that move.
The time management is a bit questionable. Still white is better, right? Bishop F8.
Yep. Knight D3 though. I mean, black has counter chances here.
Still, I think white is better.
I completely agree. Rook B8.
Queen A1.
Just rook takes A8. Just take on A8, force the queen back.
And now he'll play rook B1 or what? No, knight F2?
Knight F2?
Knight D6? Knight D6 or
knight
F6?
H6 or knight D6. One of these. Okay, took H6.
King H7, rook F8, I thought. Oh no, he takes
all the pawns are hanging.
Now E4, King G4, 92. It's winning for black. Oh, why Bishop E7? Play 92.
Who's winning and why? White is up a pawn now.
92 was winning.
Yes, and this is now great for white. Oh, G4, I'm not sure about. Rook B7 check.
No, C3. First. C3. Play C3. G5.
Oh, Rook C8.
Go G5.
It's a draw.
G5. No, you should have gone G5.
King H6 and then Rook King back H6. To... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, what a swindle.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. We have excitement in the very first game. Kostya Kavutskiy just a little uncertain, hesitant in the time trouble,
Yeah,
and he had a great
clearly,
position.
clearly. So many moves. I think Black was winning.
Yeah. Wow.
And then White got chances, and there was this G5 move at some point, which was then White was winning at one point. If you can pull that game up.
Yeah, I'll pull up that game on the analysis board where we see Lawrence go for H4 maneuvers. But way back when here, after this series of crazy events, Vidit was saying just take on D2 because knight D2, rook F8, king G7, and the rook is under attack, and you lose the knight in the end. So I agree with you, Vidit, that knight takes D2 was the good move there. Instead, he went bishop E7. We saw a trade on G5. And a really good move, rook D1, take D5, and have this threat of rook C5. But as you were saying, G5, C2, G6 check, king H6, rook H8 is check and mate.
G5
so
is just finish. G5 is just finish.
You can't stop me from G6ing and rook H8ing mate. So
G6ing.
Hey, I know a little about that. Speaking of G6ing in the current position, H5 played so you can take on G6 at some moment, open up the H file. And who does Lawrence Trent think he is? Is he trying to be Alpha Zero? Is he channeling? Is he normally? I think Lawrence Trent. I think Zero, not Alpha Zero. So, what do you make of this, Vidit?
Oh, you're being so harsh to him.
He's going to get compliments in a second. Don't worry. I have to. Like Lawrence, that's the relationship Lawrence and I have. Is we just give each other flack nonstop, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of mutual respect.
Yeah. So what you were saying? Is he channeling like Alpha Zero?
Yes.
He's trying, I would say. Channeling is a bit far, but he's trying.
But I like this position from the black side because with the king is still on E1, the threat of pawn to B4, it is Benoni-like, right? With his bishop on G7 and the pawn structure the way it is. So I like this decision to play B5, noting that taking on B5 loses a piece because there's queen A5 check always. A very common tactical idea in positions like this. I mean, Vidit, this looks good for black to me.
Yeah. If you get B5 before, it should be good. And now I'm thinking of queen E8. Yeah.
Yep.
Played
Nice.
queen E8.
And getting out of this pin. This pin is quite
if
annoying.
you have to play bishop F6, then your king is so safe. Yeah.
Right. Because what White needs to accomplish is trading the dark square bishops and then attacking down the H file. And I mean, these moves like knight D2 just feel a little bit slow, right? Knight B5 is an option to go into D4.
Knight B5 is interesting, but you can take and go knight C4 maybe. It looks a bit weird.
I was waiting for you to do that because I have knight takes E4 there.
Yeah, queen E4, rook E8, bishop E7.
Oh!
But you have queen D7, so nothing. Yeah. Queen D7 is a good move.
This is pin. But I was trying to trick you, then I felt like you tricked me back, and so I was upset about it. But I should have calmed down, realized that I was correct.
I tricked myself there.
There's knight B5. Hey, look what's happening here. I feel like Kavutskiy's, or I'm channeling my inner Kavutskiy. I'm becoming a nicer person just by watching him play chess.
I see in the chat that people say that is Hess the best commentator ever. How does it feel, Robert, to be called the best commentator ever?
I think that people make mistakes every pun in 10 times. Oh, Vidit, I hit you with a little pun. Come on, give me some love.
I appreciate the effort, but you're better than that,
I'm way better than that, but I needed to make sure that you felt like, people aren't just complimenting me. They're not going to take away from me. So I'm giving some of the credit, throwing it to you. You come up with better puns in the spot than I do.
So you want to make me look good. Make me look good.
Yes, I make you look good by making me look bad. Why do you think I've kept this beard so long?
Edgy. Now long castle. FG. Long castle, knight C4. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
you can even go knight C4 directly. Actually.
Which knight?
E.
E knight. So you're walking into a pin that you don't care about because, well, it doesn't actually become.
Oh no. Oh, it's possible. I get too excited sometimes.
Yeah, you scared me. I was like, what did I miss now? No. F3 is the prudent move, though. I like that.
F3 is Lawrence Trent way.
Lawrence being calm, cool, and collected? I don't know about that. What about bishop A6? It looks very weird, but I'm just trying to make use of what seems like an open diagonal. I don't know where else my bishop is supposed to go. So bishop A6. Knight H5. The bishop on G7 is good, But the
Now
knight comes...
he'll take rook h5.
No.
He will. Sooner or later he will.
Why not just G4?
I think Costa didn't play in the spirit of the position. You have to be more like, energetic. You cannot go knight h5 and stuff like that. Although even this move knight b5, I'm not so sure because now all white's pieces are well placed.
Yeah.
Fantastic control in the center. He didn't play. He played poorly the last few moves.
He did. And the pawn on d6 is in big trouble because that's always the weakness in a Benoni. You have this pawn cemented as a backward pawn, and now the knight on c4 is aiming right for queen d7. The good news for Kostya, considering that we don't like his position anymore, is that it's maybe not so simple for Lawrence to break through, and there is different dynamic play for both sides. Right? Black has the...
I'm so surprised Lawrence is playing so well.
So now you're the one who's being a bully. No, I'm not the only one. But knight f6, you have to go knight f6. What is there to think about?
Yeah, go knight f6.
And knight
Then
f6,
you have to go.
queen
Why
h2. Queen
in
h2
such
is coming.
situations?
That's why. Because after queen h2, you're in big trouble.
Why? Knight d6?
In the h file.
Well, h file is covered, but knight f6, knight d6 is a strong threat after queen h2.
Yep. Wow. This is pretty impressive play here by Lawrence.
Is it Lawrence who's playing or?
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure.
This is just a dream position for Lawrence. And I don't know, 8 moves ago, we were praising Kostya's opening. Now all of a sudden the entire position is collapsing. That sums up my feelings of the Benoni. Even when it looks good, it probably is a flimsy structure.
I think Grishuk called it like in his interview that Benoni is called son of sorrow. Something like that.
Well, I do feel quite sorry for Kostya's position at this point because he plays rook d8, walking into a pin. Here, the knight on f6 can't move.
It feels like it should be finished, right? Sorry, it should be finished, right? It feels like that.
Yes. And what makes matters worse for Black is even if the game doesn't end very soon, there's no real ideas for you to take advantage of. So queen h4, just piling up some more pressure. I just don't see what Black can possibly do in a position like this.
Queen h4, I'm not sure if it was needed. Because
I don't think it was.
Yeah, the pin was annoying, so you could have kept it.
He's doing a Sashi.
Showing who's the boss.
Yep, he just showed who's the boss. He went queen h4, dropped the queen back to h2, put the rook back on d8, and now he'll come up with a better plan.
Look at Lawrence, by the way, pretending to think so much.
He's bothered. He's like, I should just be completely winning. Honestly, he's giving a grandmaster look right now. Right? That kind of like frustration and looking like you can never be satisfied with your position as good as this one looks and trying to find the truth in it. Okay, Kostya goes bishop a6. I'm looking at some kind of queen a4, pawn b3 stuff for Black because, it doesn't work because bishop takes f6 and there's queen h7 at the end. But my point is that Black needs to seek some kind of counterplay, and I'm looking on the queen side for an eventual queen a4, but you need to make sure your h7 pawn is safeguarded before that happens.
I'm thinking of something like queen f4. Is it a possibility?
Yep.
Queen e7?
And then knight takes d6 and e5, something like that. Just...
If it works, it should be good, but I'm a little bit worried. Bishop c4. Oh my God. Why would you do that?
Because it was a tough position, and I have no other words. Okay.
Now queen d6.
Queen d6, but queen a4. Just you have to. I know the position is bad. We do this all the time, Vidit. You're going to be like, objectively, white is completely winning. And I was saying, I know that.
It's winning in 2 moves, like queen e6, knight e5, and you can't avoid mate on g6. Knight e5 and resigns.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You have to understand, Vidit, we are on the same page. You and I, we're teammates.
It doesn't feel like that.
All I'm saying is, did you not learn anything from yesterday? What did Eric Rosen teach you? Tell everybody what Eric Rosen taught you yesterday.
That never say never.
There you go. You have become a true believer.
Now rook at 7. Rook at 7.
Oh, rook h7 is too
for it.
beautiful. Rook, yeah,
No, Lawrence.
that wasn't happening. I'm going to show that on the analysis board real quick. Rook h7. The point is if you take with the king on h7, there's rook h1 check, and your king is in a world of hurt. And if you take with the knight, then knight takes g6 check. The king has no space because of the box. You have to sack your queen, and white's completely winning. So rook h7 was a nice tactic, Vidit. This is completely and utterly winning.
And I think, that's what happened. Even yesterday, Ellie had many chances to just finish off the game. But she wasn't doing that. She was giving this extra chances. Although I know that this position is completely winning, but you should go for the kill. I mean, I would never, ever give that knight on e6. It was beautiful.
How many extra pawns does white have, though? About to have 4?
Yeah. Okay, it's completely winning now, but the technique is questionable.
Technique too strong.
Yeah, maybe I'm lacking somewhere in my technique.
Uh-oh, watch out for rook h2. It's the one thing you have to look out for, even though it doesn't actually amount to
it. d7, d8 queens, you can even do that.
Yep.
Because your rook on a7 covers a2.
Yep, but it's something
now, you have to think, and it's not...
It's something that worries you. That's a good practical decision. Rook b7.
Yeah, this I like. Take on b3. Just
remove all the concern in Vidit's world. That's what just happened.
Yeah.
He said, Vidit, you're scared, but I've got you covered. And that's a 2-game lead for Lawrence Trent out of the gates. He's up 2-0. And we've seen 2 Benoni structures thus far, even though it didn't stem from the Benoni. And right now, is Lawrence going to go for some kind of c5, or is he going to go King's Indian or Grunfeld? I don't know him to be a Grunfeld player, but he goes King's Indian. What do you think about
Lawrence
this variation?
2-0, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Lawrence 2.0. That's what we'll call him right now.
And the play has been quite good. I mean, not bad. Lawrence, we're proud of you.
So you're satisfied?
Yes, so far I'm satisfied with the quality. It's better.
Knight e4. I like these kind of lines because you're getting adventurous, but you make it a bit murky from the beginning. Some lines where white just has a slight advantage and you can keep pressing. Here, Lawrence is trying to mix it up, but I like Coach's response. Very quickly he responded, by the way, and now he's putting pressure on this knight on e4, and Lawrence has that covered, castling, just getting the king to shelter, maybe rook e1 to put another piece in the attack of this knight. And if you take on c3 and start trading pieces here, we slightly prefer white's position with a semi-open b file, but black is very, very solid typically in these structures.
What did black do in this opening? Feels really weird. I think white has a big advantage.
He became adventurous, did it? I agree with you again. White is better, but black is solid. And these are the type of positions...
I disagree.
You don't think black is solid here?
How is this solid? There's going to be h4, h5, all kinds of stuff. Now queen e2
trade.
Back.
You see that?
Queen e2. Queen e2. Nobody should trade queens here.
I like queen e2, but you see this kind of solid approach by Lawrence. Queen to d5. Let me trade queens with you.
This is not solid.
Knight d7. Knight d7 immediately. B5, taking away c4. What a concept.
See, now if queen was on e2, you had options of like knight g5 and stuff. I didn't want to put it like knight d7, you're threatening knight e5 again. So you waste a tempo. See, he missed 95. He missed 95 for sure.
He did.
Otherwise, you would never allow it.
I'm not disputing. Vidit, I'm going to start arguing with you. That's it. It's over between us. We're just full argument mode now. I'm going to be the one telling puns today.
He should have taken on e5. Rook e8 was a bad move.
Yeah, rook e1. Because the problem is this pawn on e5 is a thorn in black's side. You just look at this bishop on g7. The pawn is just completely blunting its potential here. And a6 played. Is black
play h4
e5 in? H4, h5?
Yeah, just go h4, h5.
Well, Vidit 0 over here, going for the pawn push. I like it. Because once you put your pawn on h5, you can even play e6. Right? That's another threat. And black doesn't really want to play e6 himself because squares like d6, f6, all the dark squares become weak in black's position. Right?
Yep, I agree. Now I'm just thinking how best to play with white, and I don't like rook c1.
I like rook c1. I told you I'm just going to disagree with you now. But I didn't like rook c1 either because knight b6 comes with a tempo on the pawn on a4, and then this knight can come into c4 as well.
Yeah, he's playing too soft. He's playing too soft. You cannot like treat the every position like very slowly and positionally. Sometimes if your advantage is of dynamic nature, you have to capitalize on the tempos. You have to go h4, h5, put queen on e2. Put pressure because now he's allowing black to untangle.
Yes. And I would play a5 here, I think, and after knight c4, play bishop b4 because I keep everything protected. c5 can be played in that immediate position. Bishop c5, knight takes a5, and then we get a weird pawn situation where black has an outside pass pawn on a6, but white has still the sturdier center with his pawn shooting c3 to e5.
How would you take on b5 now? AB, okay, AB happened.
I was thinking the c pawn.
Yeah, made sense to have the passed a pawn. But now you have the a file, rook a2. Go for it.
How about queen c4 and then knight to d5? Okay, he didn't go for that.
Oh, queen c4 was also not a bad move. Rook a1 now.
Try to.
No, rook a1, you blunder the pawn again. Darn it.
That pawn is still hanging.
Yeah. Easy to blunder that again.
Yep. So what about. No, that move isn't good. I don't have
queen
a good
e2.
move.
The queen should have been on e2. I was telling it from the beginning.
What about h4?
Never belonged to d3. Yeah, but then rook a2.
What is with the knight go h5?
Yeah, he played queen e2. See, I told you, the queen belongs to e2.
He said, I'm listening to you, Vidit, even though I can't hear you. I feel that there's a Vidit type of move in the position.
See, now it feels harmonious.
So now you like white's position, finally.
No, but I think it's the right move anyways.
I think white's better here.
Rook a7?
Yeah, okay, go rook a7. I'll go h4.
Okay, rook a8.
I mean, even if you get rook a2 in the end of that, I'm not scared. No, knight b6. Now he wants to go queen c4, knight d5, but you wasted a pretty important tempo.
Yep, agreed. Although admitting the mistake is still better than not doing it.
Hey, look, Vidit, h4.
Finally, after 10,000 moves, it has come.
Did you count all the way to 10,000 by yourself, or somebody feeding you the number of moves?
It's an expression. It's an expression.
Well, express yourself. I want you to be open and free around me.
I'm trying.
So queen c4 feels like the right reply by black.
Is it just me, or I feel like, they're playing very casually and very slowly? Like the tempo of the game is like slow. Like every move they're thinking for 10, 15 seconds, something like that.
You asked that there wouldn't be blunders today, and so they're playing slowly to avoid those blunders.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just asking if the tempo is slow.
Yeah, I think that
it's not really a bad thing, yeah.
They've definitely had a slower approach in other matches. Rook a1, I mean, now that white has a fight for the a file, the e7 pawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem for black.
Yeah, I don't like bishop h6.
Because the bishop on g7 was bad, but the bishop on h6 is staring into thin air.
He could have played rook a2 and then gone bishop h6. I don't understand why he went bishop h6 first.
And now knight g5 is stopped. That's the good news. And knight d5, it's not really that annoying because even if you take on b4, I'm not afraid of that.
Queen e6 is a good move. Good move, though. Bring the knight to d5. That's where it belongs.
And watch out because knight f3, that's the piece you want to improve. But for the moment, there's bishop d2 if you move your knight to, say, h2. I wouldn't recommend going to h2, but you always have to look out for moves like bishop to d2 coming after the c3 pawn from behind. And knight takes b4, as I was saying, that it doesn't feel like a threat. Queen f5 played. Okay.
I prefer black's position, though.
I want to just go knight takes
g4. No,
yes,
go g4.
I like g4 because it's that the exact plan. You want the knight on e4, and after queen f5, gf5, good luck getting a knight to e4 when there's a pawn on f5. So even though you've doubled your pawns, you've stopped white's big idea. And so g4 is a very, very good move.
True.
e6. I don't like that move. Just bishop takes g5. I mean, bishop takes g5 is just a good move.
Or you could bishop g5.
I mean, this is just great for black now. This knight on d5. Yeah, you have to go queen f5 because your rook on a1 is hanging otherwise. And queen f5, gf5, hg5. This knight on d5 is so strong here.
True. Then you play e6, I guess, and try to... What? At g? Queen e4?
Queen e4.
Resigns? Queen e4 resigns.
Oh no, Kostya is not in good shape at the moment. He really isn't. And he just simply blundered because I'm going to pull up down the analysis board really quickly just to show everybody why resignation occurred. Was the point is that after queen takes e4, you have to go rook takes e4, and then rook takes a1 at the end here. That's winning a full rook for black. So Kostya not in the best of shape, and Lawrence Trent is playing with him right now. G4 already. Do you think this is a good approach
so
by Lawrence?
Typical of Lawrence.
Like you get a good thing, you get a good thing going for you, and then you just do something silly and totally unnecessary.
But Lawrence plays for the crowd, you know. He doesn't play like us for the result. He plays for the people. You have to understand that, Robert.
He plays for the people.
He's a people's man.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm going to talk about the chess. He is a man for the people, says Vidya Gujarati, and right now his pawn on g5, h4 situation, that's the type of idea that can really backfire, because once you extend your pawn so much, you can't castle kingside very easily. And now knight c6 already aiming at the white center. I think that white is fine here. There's no problem.
Yeah, why not? G4, g5. Well, I like Lawrence's idea.
There are many people here who are just starting to learn chess, and we shouldn't promote g4, g5 without the caveat that typically it is not a good idea to thrust g4, g5 and things like this too early without getting your king to safety. Now, the king is very safe on e1 for the time being, and Lawrence Trent is a very strong player, but he's kind of early pushed. Whoa, e5?
How would you play now?
I mean, knight b5 was the first move that came to mind.
Oh, I didn't think of knight b5 actually. It seems like a good move. Lawrence is playing really well. What is wrong with him?
That's a good question. You can ask him. And the post mentioned d takes e5 now?
Yeah, d5.
But there might be knight takes c4.
But then you lose a pawn at least.
Yeah.
At least. Or there is something even better maybe. ed and knight c7 ideas.
Yeah, I mean, this is bad. Just d takes e5 is looking good. The d6 square, not just the pawn, the square is bad, because if I go knight d6 check, for instance, or trade queens first, because knight 7 be the threat.
Honda S2000 says that he has 3 GM norms. Does Lawrence has 3 GM norms?
Does he? I don't know if that's true. Maybe. I don't think so.
And he plays another good move, c5. Bravo.
Bravo, says Vidit. Can I just... But castling is not even that easy because my h6 pawn
He
is
saw 2 to 3 moves in advance. That's very impressive. And he plays a good move.
Oh, Vidit. Can I go knight c4? Can I go knight c4 here? Looks too flimsy. No, I don't believe in it. Queen a4 is the response. So
a6? What? Knight d6? Queen b3? What? I think this is like the 5th time he has blundered something or made a big mistake. Queen b3?
Queen b3 hits b6.
Finish. Queen e3 is finish. Come on, Lawrence. One more tactic. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
4-0. Oh my god. If I see an adoption, I'll flip out. I'll flip out completely if I see an adoption from Lawrence Trent.
I'm in utter shock right now because Kostya is usually such a solid player, and he's on full tilt in the first 4 games of the match. And I guess that's what Lawrence Trent does to you. Queen. Just take a free knight.
Yeah. Then ed, bishop c6 or something. Yeah, just take everything. Don't spare anything. Just go for it.
Queen takes b6, a free knight. Lawrence thinking about it. He's
Lawrence, I see that he's like mumbling moves while he's calculating like queen b6, ed, and he's trying to calculate out loud.
He's thinking about d5 here, but then he's like, oh,
do you do that, by the way, ever? Like when you're playing and you see, I know some opponents who like mumble the moves when they're calculating. Are you one of those or not?
No, I pretty much think in my head where my thoughts should stay. And then I became a commentator, so clearly my thoughts don't stay there. Yeah. Are you a mumbler?
No, I never mumble. Unless I'm streaming, but otherwise I don't mumble.
You don't mumble. That's good. It's good to enunciate. Elocution is very important. Bishop takes c6. So he takes there first. Is he just going for the most precise move order? Is there something that
he's playing very well. I mean, like he's playing good chess, like what I asked for in the beginning, and I'm so shocked but pleasantly surprised.
he's a Vidit
I'm
pleaser?
happy for Lawrence, I must say.
He's a Vidit pleaser. You asked for it. He answered your call. Queen takes c6 should probably be quite good.
I mean, we did know that he's playing some playlist or something on Spotify. Some what was the band again? I forget. Maybe he's inspired by that.
I heard some Paul Wall was mentioned, and I was not happy to hear that name for the first time.
Who's Paul Wall?
Oh, you have a lot to learn. I'll send you some Paul Wall after the show. But you'll
this
have
is
to
just designable position, by the way. Pieces going on
D3. Only try. Play D3. Just do
Bishop
it.
E3. Bishop E3.
I know, but sometimes people blunder mate in one, right, Vidit?
Good. You're improving. You're improving with your trash talk. I like it.
Oh, man. You know, just because I respect you, I figured I'd have to step my game up just for you. And now resign time feels about right.
Yep. Wow. 4-0. 4-0.
4-0.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't think anybody did. I don't think Lawrence could have ever.
I just want to give a mic to Lawrence now, and I want to ask how is he feeling.
I don't. Nope. That's not a good idea. This is a kid-friendly show, Vidit. We don't want to give Lawrence the mic right now.
But this is not Chess Kid, if you know what I mean.
I see what you did there. Look at you go. Hey, Vidit, when are you going to give us your first chess punt of the day? Lawrence is about to be up 4-0. I feel like that's deserving of a chess punt.
I think, I don't want to steal Lawrence thunder for tonight. So I'll reserve it until the match gets close.
Okay, that's
It's
fair.
now Lawrence time.
Lawrence is about to be up 4-0. Nothing is going right for Kostya. And yeah, that game where he missed G5, G6, was that the first game? That was the first game of the match.
He should resign and save that 1 or 2 minutes because this is obviously lost.
Do you think he's just trying to calm himself down?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Although when I look at him, he seems like a very calm guy.
Yes.
Very cool and calm guy.
But he has a good poker face, maybe. He's just doing his breathing techniques. Maybe he's practicing a little meditation there, and then he'll resign. Oh, Rook B8 played.
Knight C8.
Knight C8 looked pretty strong. And Queen D6 is unstoppable if you just want to trade queens and win the game.
There's no point in analyzing this position, of course.
Hey, Vidit, don't do that to me. You know how I feel.
Why?
I like analyzing. I like showing everybody why it's so clear. Because as both Kostya and Lawrence said, oversimplifying is not a good thing. And I'm here I'm for the players, okay? So I don't really have anything more to say with chess, but I just figured I would chastise you and then come up with the rest later. And Queen D6 check, just to trade queens.
Yeah, just exchange, yeah.
See, Lawrence is not only is he playing well, he's playing very
clean chess.
Yeah, very clean chess, giving no chances whatsoever to his opponent.
Rook B2, you have to play for some tricks there.
Yep.
Okay, D is equivalent to resigning.
Yeah, this is King F3 and no more hope.
Rook B1. But there was this famous match where Lawrence wasn't able to win rook up position against Magnus.
I know of that match very well. I happened to witness.
You were there?
It was in St. Louis.
You saw it live?
In St. Louis. I think they've done it multiple
times. That's where you got your inspiration for our match, right?
Oh, now you're ready to trash talk me because I've been asking you to commentate for the people, not for the other super GMs who are like, yeah, that Vidit guy is really strong. He knows when to resign. Wow, Vidit.
Albin counter gambit.
Fighting words, if I've ever heard them. So I actually don't like Lawrence's opening choices, considering the match score. Maybe he just is so confident he feels like he can get away with anything.
He always plays like this.
Oh,
if you want to win against Lawrence, you have to play boring chess.
Yep.
And he gets bored easily.
E3, bam. Okay, GG.
Yeah, E3 was a good move. Was it?
Did E3 not work somehow? Maybe there's Bishop G4 as a response.
Oh, you can't play f3. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that is a good tactic, by the way. You should show that.
I'm showing it. Don't you worry. I know how to be here for the people, did it. I don't know if I made that clear to you. Actually, that doesn't even work. D3, Queen E2, and I guess the knight and the bishop are both hanging. So other than this Queen D3, that's getting complicated. Above my pay grade. Back to you, Vidit.
Luckily now after f5 there's knight g5. So I would play h6, you know.
H6 to take away the G5 square, hoping that F5.
Just a blitz tactic. I don't think it's a good move, but I would just play it anyways. Play for the chip tricks.
That sounds like the Vidit strategy that I know and love. And if I'm Kostya, one of the things I'm thinking about, of course, is rook A to D1 or rook F D1 going for the D4 pawn, but also bishop A3, knight C5 is another
White
idea.
has a good position, no? I mean, I would pick white for sure.
Queen F4. Immediately play Queen F4. Hit both the pieces. Oh my gosh, White's position is amazing.
Yep. Really good position.
And
is
the
he
thing
thinking
is,
Queen A5, by the way? Is he thinking
No.
of Queen A5? It's
Is
not
that-
a bad move.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he does it. See?
You're such a greedy pawn grabber. You've learned from Yasser Serwan. Is that your trainer?
Like, you know, my surname is Gujarati, and in India, like, whoever is like a Gujarati, they're said to be a businessman, and they do really well in business, and they are known to be greedy or like stingy at least, or something like that. You know, that's kind of connotation it has to it. So
your
it's
last
in my
name.
Knight C4.
Yes, but your last name
God.
is an insult, is what you're saying?
No, it's a language. It's a language.
I thought you said it
but,
means to be greedy.
it's let's say some people from Chicago, for example, like that. It has a connotation to it. Like they're really good businessmen, and they know how to save money and how to, like, you know, save up on money and something like that. Oh God, you made me explain, and it lost its point completely.
I mean, I'm just trying to understand. And
yeah, it's very difficult to explain culture. You have to experience it. You can't really. Knight C4. Why did you allow Knight C4? It was a one more tactic.
He's missing all of his opportunities. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And
now Black is winning.
Yeah, it looks good for Black. The E2 pawn is weak. Bishop takes D4. My rook A to D8, and actually rook E to D8 might be even better. But actually, this doesn't quite lose for White. There's Queen E. No, then you take Queen E3 kind of stuff.
I would play rook A D8. I would play rook A D8 and just. What?
Yeah, Queen E3 after rook A D8.
It works?
I mean, it might not work, but you have to go for something.
Yeah, you have to go for it. That's for sure. Queen E3, yeah. Maybe there was Queen E4 check intermezzo.
No, but then F3 and.
Yeah, then Queen E2.
Yeah, it's good for. Wait.
No. It's not so good. You're right.
Queen E4 check.
What is Queen B2?
This is hard to
missing
watch.
So many tactics. 5-0 mini adoption.
I'm going to be honest with you, Vidit. This is not easy for me. You heard that? That was me being forthright with you and just hoping for some consoling. Can you make me feel better about what we're watching?
No. I really like Lawrence's game today. I mean, first time I think ever.
As you say,
5-0.
As you say, never say never, and there's a first time for everything. Those are what we're working with here.
E4, knight 6, bishop b5. What kind of opening is this?
It's called the Nimzovich defense, a pseudo Spanish variation, according to Chess.com's opening. So Kostya now trying to get back at Lawrence, who's playing obscure openings with obscure openings of his own, but he's down 5 points in the match. So maybe he just needs to score something. That's what he needs to do.
I told you, like, you need to, there's only one way to come back, and is to, like, put very high resistance. And I've not seen that from him. Even if you are getting bad positions, make him work for that full point. And he's not been doing that, because Lawrence, like, he won piece in the previous game. Like, after 10 moves, it was winning. Like, when Lawrence was white, if you remember, he went this G4, G5 stuff.
Yep.
And in the last game, he won a piece in like 2-3 moves. That tactic. Like, you know, you have to make your opponent work for the point. That's the best way. You have to put very high resistance. Otherwise, the match will just slip away.
Yeah, and that queen takes a5 move that Kostya played, he's going to regret that one because queen f4 in that position was so nice for white. Queen a5 was a little riskier, and he paid the price because he's not tactically alert thus far in the match. But right now, we have a more strategic battle going on here. Knight to d7 is typical. It allows you to play f7 to f5, but also to bring this knight to c5, where not only attacks the bishop on a4, but if your knight gets to c5, it can go to e6 and then into d4. And you see this commonly in the English for white. And as you can see here, there's a knight on c3. When the knight goes to f3, it often goes e1, c2, e3, and tries for the d5 square. So I know I drew arrows and green highlight points, but there's different ideas in a position like this.
Now white should go bishop e3. Knight g3 is very strange. In my childhood, I always used to think that people maneuver like the knight to g3, knight e2, knight g3, and it's very common in Spanish and stuff. But I always used to think after g6, what is the knight doing on g3? It's completely blunted. So voluntarily putting the knight there, I never really liked it. Knight g3 is a very bad move.
Actually, growing up, my coach used to say that knights on b3, g3, b6, and g6, right, just the B and G file on your respective third rank, those are always pieces that get stuck because you also leave them there for too long. And so this knight on g3 doing nothing, as you point out, these squares are under black's control, and it's on a square that just offers you relatively little. I like black's position here. I like Kostya's time management. He is up a minute and a half on the clock. And this is we were just talking about how well Lawrence has been playing. This is not one of those well-played Lawrence games, at least not yet.
I agree with you, 100%.
And he moved the knight back to e2, which I think was smart. f5. Yeah. Look at Kostya. He needs to get aggressive. He needs a victory, in his opinion. And f4 here. Yep.
It's still not easy for white, for black, despite white wasting a tempo.
Right.
I think I would play c5 here, just increase my positional superiority.
I would think about queen h4 as well, just to get my queen into a menacing looking position, even if there's nothing, no attack just yet. But queen on h4 looks good. c5 played. Good decision. That was also my first instinct.
By the way, if anyone wins in this match, who will he play in the next round?
John Bartholomew, the 1 seed. And Greg Shahadi in the chat, one of the competitors in this event who beat Anna Satansky, he says, you know who I'm most impressed with today? Me, because I beat this guy, Lawrence Trent, twice. That's a very good one. Oh, man. So c5, b3, closing down the b5, knight d4. All principal chess thus far by Kostya. Rook ae1. That's a good move, of course. The rook on a1 doing absolutely nothing. There's nothing happening on the first 4 files, A through D files. So there is
also a good move.
Yeah, there's stuff happening now with these hanging pawns potentially on the king side. But now that you see this pawn h3 vidit, that's a pawn that you often want back on h2 because f4, f3 to just get rid of the g2 pawn will leave a hanging pawn on h3. So bishop g5 played. Just play queen d6.
Yeah, queen d6.
Because then you could swing over to g6 if you want.
Or you could even play queen e8.
I don't like putting the queen on the same line as a rook, so I do prefer queen d6. And
now knight d5 was slightly annoying.
Yep. He took that. Okay, he wants knight d5, bishop e7, but rook f7.
Yeah, but rook f7. Yeah, exactly.
Take the square away.
Yep. Go rook f7. Please don't blunder that.
He might be looking at some kind of c6 to see if the knight is trapped, but I would not go for that. I definitely would not go for that. Yeah, rook f7.
Rook f7.
I like black's position, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You can play c6 to trap the knight, and if the knight doesn't get trapped, bishop b7, of course, not only threatens to take the knight, but if the knight moves away, it stares down.
How do you even save it, actually, the knight on d5 now?
You play queen a5. Yeah, queen a5, I guess.
Yeah, I guess on the move.
Because then after c6, you have knight to b6, but that looks very suspicious as well.
Yeah, but I guess that's the only way. There's no other way.
How about b4? B4,
oh,
C6,
I know what you want, Tricky. But bishop e6 probably just wins the pawn at least.
You asked me how to save the knight. You didn't ask me how not to lose a pawn.
Yes, I must give it.
You're moving the goalposts here. Just throwing that out there, making my life more difficult, Vidit. Vidit, let me ask you something. So we're in this position. Black is up 2 minutes, but down 5 points in the match. How do you keep your composure and convert a position like this from the black side?
Just there's no like as I think I'm as Costa said, like he doesn't like to oversimplify things. I actually like to simplify things.
Okay.
And according to me, the best way is to just play good moves. There's no other way. You can talk a lot about knight f4, by the way.
Oh,
e4, bishop f4.
Look at you spotting the tactics.
But at 6.
Knight f4, h6. Nice move. Hey, but you're quick with those little tactics there.
Thank you. So as I was saying, like I want to keep it very simple. Like I think just play good moves.
So I believe many people in the chat are probably, oh, just play good moves. So easy, so easy for me to do. But what are some examples of moves you would play in this position?
Now it's just lost for white, right?
You're using those...
I'll play c5. I'll play c5. Yeah, yeah, he does it. Just increase it. Now you don't have to do anything exceptional with black. Just play queen d6, play bishop e6. Just put your pieces on good squares.
Yep.
That's all. Play queen d7 now. Try to exchange queens. He will not. Then go queen d6, bishop e6. And the game will win it automatically because you have such huge advantage materially and strategically.
Right. So, and I think it's a type of position where the one thing that can go south for black is if you play move like bishop e6 and then queen takes a6. You're like, wait, I just gave a pawn. I have 2 bishops for a rook, but now I give my opponent a pawn. And bishop b7 is a move you want to play, but rook takes f5. So these are the little things that can creep into your mind of, I have 2 full bishops for rook. Black is clearly much better winning, in our language of in terms of advantages. And e4, he's just saying, I'm going to try to end this game. But
I don't like it though. It opens up the files.
And the rooks need some space to breathe.
Yeah. Oh, queen c6 is bad. e3 now.
All
the files which are going to open are locked again.
Queen b6. Uh-oh.
Now bishop b7 again, a bad move.
Because f5 is
not a bad move. Not a bad move, but I'm being harsh. But
no, I think that's not a good move.
Rook f8. Now you can still go for it.
Okay, that's very necessary because if f5 fell, then c5 feels weak. Rook f8 covers everything. And well, if you take on e4, I can even just take with my bishop on e4. And black's bishops are way too powerful. Rook f6.
Yeah, he has the 2 bishops advantage. So.
Can I go queen c7 and go rook a8 and trap this queen?
Why not? Yeah, not a bad idea. But okay, now this is just lost, hopeless position.
We've heard those. Oh, f4, f3. Okay, now I'm going to agree with you.
No, f3, gf3. It's not over.
It's true. See that? It's not over. I heard the words from your mouth.
But more than one way to win this position.
I would think
you can go cb, queen c7, anything.
Bishop e5 here.
Yeah, anything.
And Lawrence has 14.2 seconds left, so that's not a good sign for him. In addition to having a very bad position.
Good thing for Costa, by the way, to recover.
Well, he better not blunder with bishop takes f3 here. Although bishop takes f3 is winning anyway.
Yeah, bishop f3 might be even cleaner, in that position instead of rook f3. It was a really nice way to win the game.
So actually, if the queens get traded now, all right, the f3.
Okay, you can go. You can play now.
Bishop f6.
I don't like f3 move.
Me neither. Bishop f8 here might be...
No, queen f7 maybe, or... Why to complicate things? You could have just exchanged queens and...
Some people live on the edge, and then they end up 5 games down in a match. So, bishop f8, that's a very good move. Very good move. Because now you can capture on f3 next.
Yep, I agree.
Bishop takes f3, and that's it. Because you force the queen trade. Your bishops cover the length of the board. Your pawn on e3 is going to threaten to promote.
I agree. Now it's bishop f8 is a good move.
Bishop f3. What are you thinking about? There it is. Okay.
Do you think Lawrence is thinking on purpose?
No, he just lost some time.
No, I mean so far, like to waste more time.
I don't know. I mean, his play has been so dominant in the 5-minute portion. I don't think you should just waste time and lose a game because that gives your opponent more confidence. And yeah, Lawrence didn't pull an Eric Rosen there because he actually had one last trick. If your opponent makes a mistake, I'll pull up the analysis board really quickly just to show that mistake I was going to look at very quickly. Is after in his final position when he lost on time, if you play c6 and then bishop takes the rook on e2, there's c7 and you can't stop me from queening. So these are the mistakes that happen when you're under the duress of time trouble. So you would not take the rook, you instead just take the pawn and win the game that way. But I just wanted to show that because sometimes tricks are for kids, other times they're for adult international masters.
Knight e8 is such a strange move, by the way. Like bishop d3, d5, e5, knight e8.
This is the second time we've seen a position like this, Vidit, and we both don't like it for black.
Yep. Although I thought you like it because it's your style, kind of,
No, I was sticking up for it because you were being very definitive and I wanted to push back a little bit, but I, of course, agreed with you.
So now castle, simple chess. h4 I don't like so much.
I like
it.
I like it, Vidit. No fear. Kostya is here. This is the real Kostya. Please stand up. I'm going to sack my exchange if you go bishop g4 and he plays h5.
h5.
Knight g5 immediately. Let's go. I'm all in on the attack.
Yeah, h5 was strange. It can be like a big turnaround, yeah? We want a close match.
Well, I don't root for anybody or any result, but a close match does make our lives as commentators more fun because we feel that energy. Right now, Vido, I feel you being calm. You're getting into the groove of Lawrence winning. I've been trying to push back. Now it seems like we're at odds with each other, even though we're good friends and we agree pretty much all the time. But Vidit, you're Coach Kavutskiy's coach. He just won a game. He's now cut it to 4. He's got the white pieces and what looks like a promising initiative. What do you tell
him? I tell him not to think about the match. Okay. Just play as if it's a practice game and just focus on the process rather than the result. Like, forget about whatever the score is. So far, 4-1 or 10-1. Just forget about it.
Yep.
And just focus on the process. Just be completely into the game. Something like that.
Do you like basketball?
And of course, to tell him to play good moves. Yeah. That's been the trademark.
Do you like basketball?
I love basketball. I love to play basketball.
Okay. So, in the words of the Philadelphia 76ers organization, trust the process is what we're going for here. So instead of focusing on the results, you got to trust the process if you're a coach. Look at this position. I mean, black's queen side is lacking in development. White has a bishop on d3 that's kind of staring at the black king side. You want to make a move like g4 happen, but you can't rush that move. And to Lawrence's credit, he's actually finishing his development, and maybe it's not nearly as good for white as...
CD was unnecessary,
yes,
I think.
It's a
Why
very
would you
good
give
point.
that c6 square? Just play bishop b3 directly. Maybe you didn't like c5 or something. I don't know. Feels a bit weird.
Yeah, you allowed the black knight to develop with ease, and now he trades in e6, which is a good decision, and finally he castles. And I don't know, it looks suspicious for black. 2 ideas that come to mind: knight e2 to f4. That's probably the number one thought that I have. And in some lines, f4, f5. But playing a move like f4, f5 does carry some risk with it as well.
Yeah, what I've realized so far is like Kostya's game style is like very technical-ish, solid stuff, and
Yep.
He's not the one who will like go for the mate. He'll play h4 and then castle short anyways. So
it's true. When Lawrence did it, he went h4, g4, g5.
Yeah, you can sense that it was an attack. Yeah.
Oh, I actually like rook fc8 more than rook ac, and the reason why is queen b7 now is met by queen to e2 or queen, and there's bishop a6 threats. Whereas if the rook were on a8, because rook f to c8, black would have a6 as an option in many of those variations. So I think that it's much more logical in that sense. You're usually bringing your rooks closer to the center, but in this particular position, I'm not positive rook a8 was the better of the 2 moves.
Still, like black's, I mean, in the opening, it looked like there will be a big attack, and now look at the position. Black's position is at least tenable, and nothing crazy is happening. Yeah, a3, don't like that move at all. 95, too slow. Too weak, too slow.
And
Knight
knight
a5?
a5, as you're pointing out, gives away the b3 square. But white will be first to the c file. Take on c7, play rook c1, and I'm not claiming a big advantage, but my queen can go to b4, hitting the e7 pawn. It does feel like white has more control over the board, though I, of course, am with you that it felt like a3 was too slow. Because what is actually, if we go back a few moves, what did a3 accomplish? Knight wasn't coming to b4 anyway. Play a move like bishop g5. Make that e7 pawn feel uncomfortable. If knight a5 then,
Knight b3?
knight take on e7.
Knight b3?
Sorry, I was just showing something. Knight b3 now?
No, I thought bishop g5 is what you suggested.
No, before a3.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. I know I blunder sometimes, especially when we're playing bullet matches, but right now I was trying not to. And rook c8. I mean, now we're seeing a series of trades.
Yeah.
And
Costa played very, very soft chess. That's not how you play such positions.
Even queen e2 is the wrong square. You want your queen on the c file. Oh, is he trying to win this? He's going to try to keep the rooks on and swing over.
Yeah. I don't like what he's doing. Knight c4 is not a good move, by the way, because of knight d5. Yeah.
Yep. And you win this knight on c4, and you win a pawn in the end.
Yeah. So maybe just rook c7 or something in this position. I don't know.
Rook c7. Is he trying to go?
Do you think Lawrence will fall for knight c4?
No.
No? You believe in your guy?
I didn't call him my guy, but the way he's been playing in this match doesn't feel like knight c4 is the type of blunder he will make. And
you see, Lawrence is constantly mumbling some ideas, is
queen a8
calculating.
Yeah, queen a8 looks awkward, but yeah, this bishop a6 move is very good. You naturally want to poke at this rook. If rook c7, maybe I move my rook away from the c file and go for knight b5 type of stuff. The rook is just getting a bit uncomfortable on the c file. Rook c7 played.
Rook f1? Would you play rook f1?
I would play rook f1. Just swing over to the king side. And the point is I'm going to go knight b5 at the right moment and try to take control of the c file myself. And Kostya thinking here. Rook c2 doesn't work as bishop f5. So I want to somehow get my rook on a square where I can just
not easy to come up with a move.
Yes, I do like rook f1, b4.
So he's forcing knight c4. But wait, then you have knight d5, queen d5, no?
Exactly, queen d5.
Why not knight c4? Wait, what? Rook c2 now? And the knight on b3 is kind of trapped. Or there's bishop e5?
No, rook c2, knight a1.
I thought bishop e5. He wants to play bishop e5, d4.
Oh, bishop e5.
Does it work? It looks cool.
No, bishop e5, there's knight b5, I think.
Yeah. It looks cool, and cool things never work.
Because my knight protects d4 importantly. I have two defenders.
Yeah. Always play simple chess.
Bishop f5, okay. I thought knight a1 was cool, but maybe I'll go knight a1 now.
Yeah. What?
Whoa, what? Okay.
e6. Okay.
He got
ambitious. Lawrence is really ambitious today.
Wow. That's
not a bad move. Now,
I really want to play. I want to play e6, but I don't know if it works. Probably not.
Queen e6.
Well, then I was going e6, queen 6, knight b5, and your knight on b3 is in some trouble.
King f1 seems wrong. So now you can go queen c4, right?
And he's going to go king e2 after queen c4.
Can you go bishop e5? I always want bishop e5. I don't know why.
Black can make a draw at any moment with knight a1, knight b3.
True.
This is like one of the funnier draws you'll see is like knight a1, forcing the rook back, and then knight back to b3. E6.
He plays e6 though.
Now
you can take on c4 and king d3.
Yep.
E6 was a bad move.
Oy.
E6 was a bad move.
Here it comes. This is how these games turn around. If you
now king d3, a5. King d3, a5 probably.
Yeah, but king d3, a5, maybe even rook b2 there.
AB,
rook b3.
Rook b3, bc.
And then I was going to rook takes b6.
Bishop f8.
And then bishop c1.
I don't believe in that.
Bishop c1, and I can win your c pawn.
I don't believe in it still.
Well, you should start believing in it because I think it's going to happen.
You think rook b2 will happen? Yep. Okay. You called it.
What was that video? Ask that question again one more time for me. One more time. And a big problem for black is the quality of the bishops. Even though the bishop on e3 looks bad, there's some future for g5 to d8. I agree, though, after rook b3 moves, rook takes c3. And at least is a draw for white.
Let rook c3. Because rook b6, allows counterplay, and I've understood Kostya's game so far.
No, but
he's not the guy to allow this double-edged stuff. He likes everything under control.
But rook b6, you could play for a win there. What's wrong with rook takes b6?
It's dynamic. It's complicated. It's not his style.
It's not complicated. It's just winning the pawn on c3 next.
Yeah, but as you know how he'll play.
Oh my gosh, I'm upset. That was playing for a win there, and maybe he would have won.
But still, you're better now. He'll play f4. He'll not miss out on f4.
Oh wait.
Takes king g8. Why not f4? You should have played f4, man.
He wants rook takes h4 because rook h4 blunders the bishop g5, bishop f6. So that's a pawn that's immune.
But king g8 now still f4. White is really better.
Oh, king g8 for sure. I'll play rook c8 check first. Oh, what? Bishop g5. Did it?
Yeah, Lawrence shakes his head. Rook c4. Rook c4.
He takes it and gives king b5.
Bishop d4, bishop e3, e5.
Oh no, bishop e3 is too slow.
What's happening now?
White
is better, right?
He wants to go bishop d8.
Yeah, white is better for sure.
Well, let's do a count. Bishop d8. Because you can't go g5 better here. Yeah, you're right. If you can get g5 now, it might be okay, but you can't take on b6. Oh, and the king on the back rank is the worst pop.
Yeah.
It's so bad there because you queen with check.
But he wants to put king on c8. That's his idea.
Yeah, but a6?
Yeah, it's just lost, yeah.
King c6?
You run with the king to d7 and collect all the pawns.
Yep.
But it's wrong color, So
the a pawn is the wrong color. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm glad
g4.
I'm proud of you for pointing that out. No, this is easily winning because of the same color bishops. If black had a light square bishop, it would be a draw. But because it's a dark square bishop, bishop f2, all right, a g4, now the pawn goes free. But the point is you're going to be able to try to trade these pieces. So bishop e3.
Yeah, but it's not easy. Bishop g5, okay, you put bishop c5, okay. Now, yeah, it's not easy. In time pressure, it's not easy.
Bishop f4. Oh, no, bishop f4. Oh,
now this king a7. What? He's going away with the king. That's not how you do it.
This is bishop e3. You got to cut the bishop off. Go back there.
King a7. King a7.
No, but king a7 will allow the pawn to make progress.
No, bishop was on d2.
No, but I'll offer a trade and give you a check and then push my g pawn. Bishop f6.
Oh, bishop h4 is bad move.
Yes,
it's a horrible
bad
move.
But this is an impossible position to defend with no time on your clock.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Bishop here, king f7, bishop g5 is what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rook h, I mean, it got away. Yeah, he should have just taken knight a1 and made a draw. He missed that. He underestimated king coming to d3. So come back 5-2, and I see Lawrence really upset.
Yep.
This game is very important. It could be tilt or no tilt. That's the question.
Oh, the h4. He's going for this h pawn. Both these players getting adventurous on the king side. So Kostya playing very quickly, considering his opponent went h4 here, and then he went h5. He seems to be quite content in this position, and I would have spent a little more time, but he's not afraid.
He's not afraid to take the...
Oh, yeah. Come on, keep going, Vidit. No, you're done? No?
I think you have to complete it, Like,
no, I wanted you to keep going. I was bopping my head. I was ready for it. No? Okay, cool. We're going to move on.
Sorry, I was just reading the chat and I saw an emote of myself and it looks really weird. So.
Welcome to life as a popular streamer and commentator. You're going to see emotes of yourself. I see them of me all the time. They spam the chat with it. And speaking of spam,
when will you shave? When will you shave?
Oh, don't worry about these things. This is none of anybody's business except for mine. This is me. I don't need your input on look. But what I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by my partner in crime here is that thank you to everybody who's been tuning in for this I Am Not GM Speed Chess Championship brought to you by Chess.com. We appreciate all of your support. We have many thousands of viewers across multiple platforms, Chess TV, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. We appreciate you. So thank you. And Vidit, back to the chessboard here. What do you
Now
think of
it's
this?
king h7. I'll go king h7, bishop h6, or put queen on a5. Stop this a5 pawn.
Yep. And
Stop
then
the
rook
pawn from
FC8.
coming to a5. Sorry. Yep.
I like black here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I will also take black.
It's one of these positions where, white went h4, played like for an attack, and now the attack isn't happening. You're several moves behind in development. And his knight on c3 is a big problem because behind it is his pawn on c2. And so the knight is just cemented in place.
Yep. e6 is strange, now the bishop on f5 always feels a little bit uncomfortable. Like you can never play knight d7 or something because you take on g7 and g4 ideas.
Right.
I don't like the move e6.
Yeah, whenever you fianchetto and your bishop's on f5, you have to be worried about playing e6 because the bishop lacks room to breathe. And e6 didn't.
What? G4? What? Tilt. This is tilt.
That move did not look good to me.
From any angle. G4 is horrible.
Oh God, you were so praising Lawrence's play earlier, and now it feels like you're his biggest critic.
I'm on the
H5.
right side, I'm not on the player side. I'm just on the right side.
Okay, well, good to know. Vidit is on the right side. Baby, he was born this way.
H5.
Yep.
Oh, this is English chess. This is English chess.
I don't know what that means in this context because when I think of English chess, I think of Mickey Adams as the mainstay of elite.
No, I mean the like romantic chess, which they used to play like Julian Hodgson, Tony Miles, and all these players like Rash, like London, this stuff. They go h4, h5.
I was thinking when you said English, chess, I was thinking like Howard Staunton. Yeah, I'm going way back.
Okay. No, not that way. Boomer alert.
I don't think that counts as a boomer.
H6.
That's like
H6.
H6. Oh,
H6.
H6, H7.
Yeah.
H6 played, and a bishop H8, H7 check, and you're just going down the H file with mate.
Look at Lawrence, now completely focused. I love his it's so nice that we have this camera. Look at Lawrence, completely focused after he gets like +5 position.
he now understands that he's winning, so he has to, put on that serious, studious look.
H7 is just finish. So it's just, look at him, so focused.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's really in the zone right now. And he's talking to himself. He's like, oh, I got this.
He's praying or something. I don't know what he's doing, but it's so funny.
It's the last game of the 5 minute, by the way.
Look at him. I just want to look at his webcam and not comment it for like next 1 minute.
Okay, I won't commentate. I'll commentate on his look. Now he's reaching back. He's looking at the stars. He's thinking, could this be as good as it looks? And Kostya Kavutskiy has been just, his flat affect here. No response whatsoever. He can't believe it.
He's doing a Hikaru, I think, the little bit.
Yeah, that looked like Hikaru 14, if you ask me. And is there any way black can survive this? It looks like there's no way. All right, I have an idea. You ready, Vidit?
Yep.
Rook C8. No, rook C3 is HG7.
Rook E8 at G.
HG, knight H5.
And
Queen
what?
H6, F6.
Fighter. You're a fighter.
I am.
I like it. That's the best you can do. But, I would play Rook H5, GH5, and then go Queen H6. And then you have no F6.
I still have F6.
But, I can just take Bishop F6.
I know what you're going to do. It doesn't feel good for me, but at least I'm not getting checkmated. My king is the F7 square.
You're not feeling good?
What?
Song lyric.
Queen H6, G5.
Oh,
Did we miss this the whole time?
Yep.
Wait a
I
sec.
still
Queen
focused on
h6,
Lawrence.
Queen h6,
G5.
g5, bishop h8, king h8, bishop d3.
Or bishop d3 directly.
Yeah, but I'd like putting the king in the corner.
No, e5. E5. Bishop h8 was a mistake.
Oh, e5, but after you take on
bishop d3.
Oh, you're so right. Vidit, you're the king.
Yes, king emotes.
Wait
bishop
a second.
d3. There was bishop d3. E5, you missed e5.
This can turn around in a huge way at this point.
Oh no, Lawrence. So much mumbling and not finding bishop d3.
Hey, he's trying to will his, way into a victory. And then he took on h8, which I also was advocating for. So, it just seemed like putting the king on the last file was a good choice. But e5 is a tactical resource for Kostya Kavutskiy. And these are the type of games where Kostya's already won 2 straight games.
Bishop f3.
It's the best of a bad situation. Play e5, play e4.
This was really bad. King g8? What?
He wants to go queen f6.
But e5 was just crusher.
But e5 is too risky. We've talked about Kostya's style. If he gets a better position, he just wants to make it as easy as possible. I'm not saying this makes it easy because castle queenside here seems like a good opportunity for white just to get the other rook to the g file.
He took bishop h8 in 1.3 seconds. Only if you had thought there, like bishop d3, and I don't see a defense. Do you see a defense in that?
After bishop d3?
Yeah.
All right, we'll pull up the analysis board. Let's see.
Because now it's lost for sure. That position was more interesting.
It looks really, 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 I don't think I can say really enough, good for white. So if I take on d3, you just take back with the pawn, and there's no way to stop queen h7. That hurts. And bishop e5 first, d e5. I just don't see a way
bishop e5, bishop f5 even.
Yeah, that too.
It was just one move, and it would have been a great miniature. g4, h5, and it would have been like game of the day.
Yep.
And now it's his nightmare of the day. Nightmare of the day. That's a paradox.
The day is the whole thing, not just the daytime, but I see what you're saying there. Yeah. That was a interesting one. Bishop g6, you can play just to be extra safe and sound. But queen f6, of course. Queen d2.
Yeah, it's gone.
Don't you need a castle queenside and just bring your pieces over, even if you're worse?
No, I think you just have to now evaluate what you did, because this position is just hopeless. Rook c4.
I like queen g6.
I don't like it actually.
Okay. Agree to disagree. You can't castle queenside.
Why not?
Because knight f6, knight e4 hurts. Castle kingside. Oh. Talk about something I never, ever would have expected was castling kingside in this game for white. Vida, do you like all the pawns in front of the white king? You usually want to have pawns to safeguard your king. Where'd they go?
I feel bad for Lawrence. He shouldn't have been having this, but okay.
Yeah, this will not feel good for him as he heads into the 3-minute segment after this game, where he'll only be up 2 games, starting out with a 5-0 lead. So it seems like this is going to be a streaky match with both players unable to find their footing after a loss.
I don't like the technique, by the way, so far from Kostya.
Oh, I like g4, knight g5. What?
Yeah, he's playing too soft again. Why?
Oh, but the d4 pawn. Okay.
Now rook e5.
Rook
e5. There was rook e5, g4, knight d5. You have to go for tricks. You have to go for counterplay.
You're not wrong.
Not rook e3. Rook e3 is bad move.
I feel like you get so offended by mistakes. You're the most precise player ever. You just want the perfect chess. Hey, Vida, you know what I want from you is I want
not to criticize.
No. During the break, as this is the final game of the 3-minute section, I'm going to want your best chess pun when we return, but not until then. You got to leave it as a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Is that too much pressure?
Yeah, it is too much pressure.
Okay, so like, I don't want anything from you.
No expectations.
Ooh, I like it by Lawrence. Yeah. Knight c5 as your only attempt.
Rook e4.
No, rook d4, take, knight c5. Uh-oh. Knight c5 happens.
Okay, now it's getting messy. What?
Yep, rook c3. Just go rook c3, take on c2.
96. Game lasted longer than it should have. P4, 97, 95. Yeah, it's just lost.
Yeah. F3. And then you can bring your knight in for good measure.
93.
Removing the guard of F4.
94. No.
G3?
What I'm thinking. Yeah. No, it just lost.
King G5 and
Yeah. Resign.
No resignation in this one, apparently. What? Going for stalemate. He tried to learn from Eric Rosen.
No, this was desperation.
Well, Kostya Kavutskiy wins 3 straight games to close out the 5 plus 1 minute portion. What a comeback indeed. We'll see if the comeback will continue or if Lawrence Trent will be able to right the ship. But we will be back in a few minutes with the 3+1 time segment of this IM, not a GM, Speed Chess Championship battle. Well, there is prize money at stake here for these players as they try to see who the best IM in the IM GM Speed Chess Championship is. And they split prize fund by win percentage with an additional monetary prize going to the winner of the overall match. As you can see the breakdown here, round one, quarterfinals, semis, and finals. I don't want to read that all out loud to you because I'm feeling a little bit lazy. And I would prefer to read the pun that was from the YouTube chat, the hyphenator. He says that blunders can cost you the game. What do you think?
I like that. I like him already.
Oh, that's a good one. So, that break happened at a really inopportune moment for Kostya because he was up 3 straight games. He'd won 3 in a row. He's now down 5-3, but maybe he's lost the momentum. That break gives Lawrence the opportunity to step away, to take a breath, to get some tea. I don't know what he likes.
White wine.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go there, but he's an Englishman. Probably likes a little afternoon tea, although it's not the afternoon there; it's the afternoon for me. But Vidit, now that they had the break, do you think Lawrence is able to regroup and come back and maybe stop some of the bleeding?
I think the odds increase for sure because the tilt factor, can change. Definitely, it gives an advantage to just take your mind off for a few minutes, then come back.
Yep. And we are going to get these games any second now. I'm looking forward to it because...
do you want a pun till then?
Yes, give me a pun, Vidit. I've been waiting.
So, why can't comedians play chess for a long time? Because
you tell me.
Because they like to stand up.
But you used this joke the other day.
Oh, I did? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man. I thought you had a new answer. That's why I didn't guess that, because I didn't want to ruin your
sorry.
Your
I forget it.
Oh, Vidit, you just said so many puns recently that you're forgetting all of them.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not disappointed in you, but I kind of wish you would come up with something a little bit more original. So I'm going to, hey, Vidit.
Everything is original, by the way.
Hey, Vidit. Where do chess players buy their goods?
Where?
At the pawn shop.
That's available. Like that. When you search Google chess pun, that's the first thing which comes up.
Exactly. So I'm giving you bad puns right back. I told you I prepared bad puns for this match just for you, and you repeated
them. You should keep the pun game on.
Okay, well, I'm trying to help inspire you to be better than I am because you are better than I am at chess. You're probably more liked by everybody in terms of the commentary. I just want to keep pushing you. Make sure that you don't get complacent and that you can reach the highest heights possible.
Thank you.
That's a very,
I like the trust.
Message.
I like the trust.
Well, we have a position here where, again, Lawrence is pushing his H-pawn. Try to go H4, kick this knight out from G3 at some moment and go after the E4 pawn. But Kostya plants this bishop on G5, which stops H4, pins the knight, out goes the queen by Lawrence.
There's one very nice trick. Like, if you go knight at 7, okay.
Yeah.
Instead of rook E8, knight at 7, bishop at 6, let's say H4, you can just go long castle.
Oh, I see you.
And then H, yeah.
You're pulling a nice Lawrence Trent here, going for checkmate down the H file. But unlike him, you're going to succeed at it. So the B2 pawn is hanging in the case of bishop H6. Like Black can consider taking on H6 and then taking on B2 because the knight is under attack, and if it moves out the way,
I wouldn't do it
because knight B5 is crushing, right?
Yeah,
C7 and D6.
No, I would play H4 after bishop H6. Put the knight on H1.
I will put that knight on H1. And I know I usually say, don't tell me what to do, Vidit, but I will put my knight on H1. I will H4, I'll take on G7, I'll play knight H1, I'll move my F pawn either to F3 or F4, depending on what you do, bring my knight back into F2 and claim that my center is absolutely gorgeous, and then I will press forward from there.
Why is he thinking for so long? That's what happens when you lose few games, you lose the confidence.
Yeah.
And for a move like H4, you take so much time.
Did you think it would ever be possible that Lawrence would lose his confidence?
Did he have one? Or...
Oh my gosh, you are on fire today. Oh man,
Knight a6.
Vidit, I'm so glad we're teaming up for this commentary.
And that
You're
was
providing
just
far more than I could have ever expected. Your chess commentary, you're a weak chess player. You're only what, 23 and 22 in the world. Nah, whatever. But your pun game and the kind of the subtle flame you throw is just unmatched right now.
because the thing is, you don't see it coming. Like, that's why you expect some nice comment from me, and then I try to be nasty. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
because you're such a nice guy and I don't expect you. But I think I brought out the worst in you, if I'm being honest.
The worst is behind me.
Well, right now f4 finally played by Kostya, and
So now would you take on a6 and go rook e1, or you would not do it?
take on a6 and go rook to e1. I would consider it because I like shattering my opponent's pawn structure. He says I'm going to play bishop d3, and that way, if you ever take me on e4, which you shouldn't do for many reasons, this pawn on g6 at the back is going to be problematic. Oh, I love white's
c4,
position.
ew. c4 is such an ew move. Like, you give this queen d4 square.
And he's stopping
But
e5.
queen f6 is at least a good move. Queen
Yes.
f6 is a good move. Wait. Knight
Knight
g4.
g4.
Knight
Beautiful,
g4.
but doesn't work.
Queen
There's
b6 check.
Exactly.
No, queen b6, king
h1.
Too ambitious.
Take queen
Rook
h6.
e1, rook e1. Rook e1, rook e1, or queen
What?
f6.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at that.
King h1. Oh, this is fun. So king h1. Go for it.
King
No other
h1
move.
for sure.
You have to go for it. Just play it.
Yep. And you can even throw a queen h6 check, before after king h1 immediately.
Yeah.
Like just queen h6, rook e1, try to go rook e7, play for checkmate. I like the spirit of what Kostya has done in this game. And just king h1. You need to trust yourself. There it is, king h1.
You
Good
cannot
move.
think for 29 seconds. That was the only move.
Now, this is where you need to think for 29 seconds. There, queen h6. I guess he has it all figured out. Rook takes e1.
Rook e1, yeah.
Here comes
now
rook
e8.
e7.
Rook e8. No, nothing to worry. Rook e8.
Rook e8, maybe knight. I want to go knight e5, but probably doesn't work out. So
Keep cool and exchange rooks.
that's a good mantra to have.
Keep calm.
How do I kick your queen off the 6th rank? I don't know how to do it. There's no way.
There's no way. Where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah,
95. Queen f. Oh no. Queen f6.
Queen d6.
Queen f6. Okay, d6 or f6. I don't know. Both
Yeah, maybe queen f6 is better, but yeah, that's a sad state of affairs for Kostya. It looks like he had an attack in a good position, but the tactical situation here favors black because black's up a pawn.
For sure.
And Lauren's thinking, he might be thinking about queen d6, queen f6. There's finally queen f6. Knight f8 is always another option just to protect g6 and d7 some more. And
So
where do you go?
Queen e3 or queen f4. Okay. Now, okay, what's happening? You want to bring queen to d4. Knight c5.
You just can't move your pieces as white.
Well, you can throw in d6 sometimes. I don't know if it's good.
How about rook e2 here? Just get your rook on a protected
Look at the
square.
time though. 15 seconds.
You got to play rook e2.
Play fast. Knight f3. No.
The c4 pawn is a problem. So is queen b8 in many variations. So I mean,
No, but knight f3 is
I like knight f3. It looks like a just defensive move. Hey, he's got no time, man. I'm not trying to get him in a tactical melee where he's sacrificing pawns. Knight f3. c4 and h4 hanging. Take c4 immediately. Ah, no! Vidit. He could have taken on c4 there. Queen e5 check.
I've realized that this complicated mess, Kostya doesn't like in Blitz. He likes simple chess.
He does.
It's very clear. It's very obvious.
But
There's
he's
a clear
actually
preference of style.
He's handling this part well because now he's in an endgame where the d7 bishop, the knight on h7 is knight takes c4.
Move faster. Move
Okay,
first, think later. 95, 97.
He wants bishop 5 95. Yeah,
this
94.
is just lost. This is lost. 93.
94. Oh, going the wrong way. You want to go after the queenside pawns. You have a bishop. Knights aren't very good.
I would have played b3 actually. Like,
for sure. No, don't trade that piece.
What?
No, you can't trade that. Because your king is cut off.
Yeah, 93, 96 was horrible.
He needed to attack the pawns, and he instead just allowed Lawrence to walk over here. And knight d5, c3.
Showing who's the boss with knight t3.
Repeating.
Why is he putting the king? Oh, wait.
Oh my God! No!
I knew it's going to happen. I knew it.
Lawrence was gutted. You see him run away from the computer?
I knew it's going to happen. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He repeated the moves.
After losing 3 games, he needed that.
Oh
God.
That just eats at your soul. And Kostya, he just, I don't even know what to say with it. What do you say when that happens?
Oh God. This, I am not a GM is not good for my heart. This tournament is really not good for my heart.
Oh, he could have just gone after that A pawn and won the game. I'm going to bring up the analysis board really quickly to go back in time, not to relive the traumatic memory that Lawrence Trent just experienced, but the king was totally cut off on G1. So all Black needed to do was bring the knight around, for instance, and take this A4 pawn, and then start pushing the A pawn himself. He was probably worried about letting the king come out and run over to the H pawn, but he just had to go after this pawn. He instead made a draw on the spot, and now we are in a new game with Lawrence Trent having the white side.
You have to explain it. I mean, it's like so winning. But yes, you should explain it. Anyway.
Oh, Vidit. It's sad. And right now, Kostya loses his B pawn, but gets the 2 bishops. So what he's hoping
2 bishops, but the bishop on B7 is dead.
Yeah, it's not
dead inside. Queen A7.
Queen A7 or Queen C8, only move. C6
Queen A5?
now.
I don't like Queen A5. C6, yeah.
And
what do for C6.
What do the bishops need? Open space. What are the bishops about to get? Some open space. So white is still better, but because you're up a pawn, but Black is getting quick counterplay. Bishop C6. Just play quickly. Yeah, this is not going.
Now it's counterplay. Queen A5 was not a good move. You should have gone Queen A7.
Can you just go D5 here?
D5 is nasty.
This knight is.
Bishop B5? Oh, Bishop B5. Why ED? Why? Play castles.
You're asking questions that you will not get the answer to.
It's.
And my question for you, Vidit, is your next move knight F4 as a possibility to try to trade the knights to get just.
Yeah. I think it's just a draw. You should go knight F4 probably.
Yeah.
By the way, someone in the chat had asked, put Robert in a spot and ask him who is a better co-commentator, Danya or me. So.
Danya Naroditsky or you?
Yeah. Does it put you in a spot? First question, and who is the better commentator?
Do you want me to answer honestly?
No.
Okay, well, my honest answer was going to be I'm not going to answer that. So you showed some insecurity there. I thought you were going to just be the cool, confident Vidit that's like, oh, I know it's me. But to be completely truthful, you're my only co-commentator right now, which means by default, you're my best co-commentator.
That's the worst answer in the history of mankind. That's too diplomatic. That is too diplomatic.
But you still are laughing and appreciate it, so clearly I did something right.
Yeah, I'm laughing at my, what to say, luck. Or
Rook A8, Rook A1. Just do it. Okay, Bishop D4. And
what, Rook 8, what? You want to exchange the rooks?
Yes, I do.
F3. Would you play F3 or not?
Yes. Okay, but they don't want to. Yeah, but this should be totally... fine for Black. Rook D8, Rook D2 coming. And because Black is first to the activity against, that's what you play against, opposite colored bishops.
Yeah.
You look at the F7, F2 pawns, but Black is first, Rook D2 now.
Okay, now Rook E2 will happen, and it's a draw. I think they'll just agree to a draw.
Hey, this is the
Probably not.
draw.
Probably not.
I would agree to a draw against you here. No?
F6, yeah.
Did you ignore me?
No, I mean, I acknowledged it with a head bob.
I didn't look. I wasn't looking at your camera, but I appreciate you acknowledging me. I feel validated. I feel like you're paying attention to me. So thank you. It's funny, this position, you can even lose another pawn if you're black. And still
G5.
Just take on F4.
Take on F4, bishop E3.
Yep. Bishop F2. There it is. Okay, now just take on F4 and put your king on B6, your bishop anywhere, and then it's just a dead draw. Okay.
Yeah.
Or not.
Okay, this is just a draw.
And the reason why it's such an easy draw that Vid and I are talking about is even if you lose your F6 pawn, what you just need to do is protect your G5 pawn.
I think one general rule of thumb is like you should just follow the king. Like wherever white king goes, you should go with the king there. Like king D4, king D6, for example. Just follow with the king.
Yep. And I mean, it's so drawn that even if you lose the F6 pawn and you bring your king over to B8 and just protect your G pawn, there's nothing that white can do because the bishop is on the other color. And so you can't attack this pawn on G5. It's very safely situated there. So
I hear
Sorry,
in the chat they thought that I am offended by a joke. Actually, no, someone just came in my room. Like I was looking at that, so I was not offended by you, by Robert. It's very hard to get offended by Robert, I must say.
yeah. I hope nobody's offended. Anyway.
Bishop E3. Why would you give that pawn?
Because I was clamoring for it, so finally it happens.
Yeah, he wants to put king on B6. Yeah, he wants to put king on B6 and
just to show how drawn it is.
Okay, guys, just make a draw, yeah? I mean, come on. Stop it with this nonsense.
You know, bishop F4, bishop C1 forever.
It's just...
And I think...
okay, guys, this is not done. This is not done. Just agree for a draw. Come on.
Never make a draw. Who is the superior bullet player? I asked that question because one of these players is probably more wanting to get to the...
I will pick Lawrence.
Okay, so then maybe for Lawrence it's a good strategy to play this out.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Yeah.
They drew. Congratulations to the players. That was a long, drawn-out battle, and the point was split. Seems like the right result there. And now we have Kostya playing... Ooh, this is my favorite opening with knight c3, bishop takes c3, the Gingy Indian. But now it doesn't work.
Is it called Gingy Indian? Really?
Yeah. The Roman Gingiashvili.
I know who is it.
See, this is a role reversal because usually I'm the one being like, Vidit, I know. You're like, Robert, I know. So I'm glad at least we can, we know a lot of things. And this opening looks very suspicious for black.
Knight d7, knight f6.
Yeah, like their knights are totally dominated by the pawns.
Usually they go knight on e7 to keep... There are 2 points of bringing the knight to e7. I'll explain. To play f5, which you cannot do. And the second point is to keep the bishop on g7 open. And with knight d7, knight f6, you kind of countered both of that. Well done.
Yep. And
bishop f6 now.
Yeah, the 97 just is dominated by a pawn 3 squares away from it.
You made a pun?
Yeah, I did.
What was your pun?
I called it a long, drawn-out battle. You really didn't approve. I'm going to stop making puns forever.
No, I approve. I approve of everyone who tries to make puns. I really approve.
Oh, so let's see. F4 played. Knight goes back to F1.
On the move. Play quickly. It's only move.
And did you play F3 and G3 for white here?
I'm just confused if F4 was the right move. Because now your pieces are slightly awkward. Usually you can go F3 and then knight F5, knight D4, but in this position it was not good. Knight G8, knight H6. Aye, desperate.
The knight
but not bad. Not bad though.
It might come to E5. I was thinking F3, G3 for white. You want to open up the king side because the king on G7.
I like that. It looks good. I like it.
but now you can't accomplish it so easily.
Yeah. Costa is a very principled, like, he likes to keep the pieces on nice squares and something like that. Not the most decisive.
So what now? G3 right away, or knight? I don't know what to do. Knight E1 doesn't look right either. So G3 is played, but Queen F6. Something's going wrong for Costa in this position.
Maybe he heard your pun.
Oh, man. I don't know what White's move should be now, and neither does Costa. Knight G5.
Wait, what? Takes everything on G5? Thank you for the pawn.
You just steal this pawn, and you're... Ooh, I just blundered my queen on my board. Queen takes G5, and you just steal a pawn.
Bishop G4. Now just take Bishop G4, I suppose.
Yeah. Is he just trying to go F3 in some kind of... I don't know. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. But there is knight E2. I see what he wants to do.
Oh my gosh, that is so deep. Bishop G4, H5, Queen G5,
That
F3.
is actually deep, yeah.
Knight E2.
That's clever, I must admit. That's quite clever.
Wow. That is...
Now knight E2. Knight E2.
That is super deep. And once that knight lands on F4, I mean, it's ready to go into E6 and...
Yeah, knight E2. Oh, no, he didn't see it. That's why. He didn't see it. It was not planned.
Oh, man. But Rook H4 actually isn't a bad move.
It was an accidental brilliance.
That's the title of Lawrence Trent's autobiography.
But what's brilliant?
But other rook to H1 is a pretty annoying threat, and the F4 pawn cannot be easily defended. So maybe Rook H4 is quite good as well, but Knight E2 coming for the F4 pawn. Okay, Rook H1 immediately. And just take H8 a bunch of times, take F4, and... Or would you play Queen takes F4 here? No, you did trade the rooks, because the F4 pawn will become a problem.
Yeah. You should trade with all the rooks, and then... then Queen F4 actually makes a lot of sense. Go King D2, King E3. Or you could even play GF4, try to play for Queen E3, E5.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. So just trade everything on the H8 square, and once all of the... I tried to take twice there. Once the rooks come off, even Queen takes F4, and Vidit's point is that White goes King D2, King E3, and these endgames are very favorable for White because the knight outclasses the bishop as it can go from color complex.
King G7 is a good move. Good move by Lawrence there. King G7. Nice. Not to exchange.
Agreed. Because White wants a pawn on F4 so that he can go for E5. Wait, is Queen D4 check at some moment? Something? He decides to just trade the queens. Hey, Vidit, instead of these last few moves, couldn't White have played E5 anyway?
How?
Just sacrificing the pawn? Like after King G7, King D2, B5, just instead of A3, play E5? And just try E4. It probably doesn't work out, but...
No, it's not bad, but Queen E5, for example, takes... Yeah.
Yeah,
what is the current position, though? Very curious.
The current position...
19 seconds. He's getting really low on time. Not a
Move
good
that
sign.
knight around.
Play King D3, King E3. How will you progress?
You won't?
Play, also, quickly.
Yeah, Knight E2, Knight C3 back as well.
A6.
King D3.
And now C4.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
C4, A4.
Takes. Yeah, he finds it. He finds C4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, now this is lost. King D4, King D3.
Watch out for E5 though. At the right moment, if I get E5, D6 in.
Yeah, but it's lost.
It is.
Lawrence, just don't repeat moves. Lawrence, don't repeat moves. That's my only advice to him.
Don't repeat moves, says Vidit. No, this is winning, of course. King comes to D2, C3, C2, C1, unstoppable. Here it comes. Nice trick. Take the knight. Take the bishop.
Bishop D7. Block it.
Of course. Bishop D7.
E4 check he plays. Okay. Bishop D7.
And this knight has to go to A2 and then the E-pawn queens.
Nice. Look at Lawrence now. He'll feel such a sigh of relief.
He will.
Mm-hmm.
And for Lawrence, that he needed that because
he played the end game well. We must admit he played quite well the end game.
That decision not to trade queens and then to play g5 to force the queen trade was very smart.
So far, I must say that Lawrence has shown the better chess for sure. I mean, the score suggested, but even there were some games where he was winning and he could not convert. So he has been showing good chess.
Yeah, and I think what you've said many times during our commentary is that sometimes in critical moments, players take the calmer approach instead of trying to clarify the position, which they fear might backfire. They just take, my position is better, so I'm going to make a calm move and keep that advantage. But that's not always the case. And in this match, we've seen Lawrence come back from tough position that he's had and also seize the momentum in critical moments. And he was of course unhappy about the final game of the 5 minute, where he was winning with the attack. But
of course, all the mumbling is for nothing. Yeah, I mean not for nothing. Yeah, so
right, it's helping out. All right.
E5, so, bishop E3. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Lawrence.
Blundered a piece.
Just when I say, oh, look at this reaction.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. God.
Exactly when I say that I jinxed it, commentators curse. Oh god.
That was the most just authentic reaction ever.
I think that can be a meme. That can be a meme. Anyways, now 95.
It can be. It should be a meme. In fact, we'll get Ryan, the producer, to get on that because the way he just freaked out and flew back in the chair was what we all feel when we just have a crazy oversight like he just had. And to show that one more time, why that was such a problem is if queen takes e3, queen takes g2 was check and mate because the bishop and queen lined up perfectly along the long diagonal.
Queen d5 and queen g4. Nice fighting. Our boy is fighting.
He's trying.
He's trying.
And which move do you want to play here? Just bishop c5?
Bishop c5, queen g7, or bishop e4? No, bishop e4, queen e4. So
yeah, I want to sack my queen. So
so bishop c5, common sense chess. That's how we do it.
And I wouldn't be so shocked if Kostya
or I
takes
could,
on g2.
Even put on b6 to keep the c file open. Like
true.
Makes sense.
And plays
queen c5.
That way, there's no bishop e4.
Yeah, he didn't like that, so makes sense.
And
if Lawrence wins this, it will be an epic game. Anyway, so you were saying something?
No, I would say this is the exact type of move that we've come to expect from Kostya, playing the queen to c5, because it gets out of bishop e4 as a threat. And maybe it's not the best move, but I think it was a very strong move. f5 by Lawrence makes sense. And how is this black king going to get out?
I think Lawrence as a person is very emotional. Like he reacts quite a lot. It's nice to see as a spectator, but not good for his chess, I think. To come back from this, it will not be easy emotionally for him.
But Kostya is now down a minute on the clock almost, and the position has not been clear at all. The king is stuck in e8.
So bishop d4, c3, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Not easy.
What you really need is this king on b8, and then you're just winning. But the king is stuck in the center, and you'll never get a rook g8 type of move.
And he's getting low on time. Not easy. If Lawrence pulls this off, mad respect. Rook f5.
Yes,
rook f5 e6. Rook f5 e6.
Rook f5 looks very strong. Oh.
Why bishop f5? Play rook f5.
Bishop d5 probably would have been the response regardless, which is a nice move to try to get the bishop to e6, for instance.
Is it so clear, though?
No? There's definitely compensation.
There is b4 ideas, which were not there before, if you get it.
That was a good pun. They were not there before. I see what you did there, Vidit. You're so quiet, man. I want you to. Oh man, Vidit. Bishop d5, rook c6.
I'm just very interested in the position. It's a lot of fun position actually. So that's why I'm very focused on that.
Rook h6 at some moment could be quite dangerous for white, because if I'm able to double on the h file and come after h2 pawn, there's a counterattack.
Bishop H6. That's like, giving oxygen to a person who's drowning. So
Rook H8.
Give some space. Rook H8. Yeah.
Watch out for E6 though. At some moment. Just trying to get my queen to the back. Ooh.
King D8.
Okay.
Rook F6. Yeah, I think he'll play Rook F6.
What about E6?
E6, D6.
No, then Queen H4 check.
Okay. Queen H4 was the idea. I thought Queen B8. E6 was tricky, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Rook H6. Rook Queen G5.
Oh no. Oh,
Turn around. Oh wow.
Wait, but there's Queen F2 at the end.
So yeah, end a draw. End a draw.
King C7. No, or King
C7. No, Queen H6.
No, it's Queen D6 check. Exactly. We're on the same page now. Oh, the king went to the wrong square too. Kostya. Take that.
Queen D6, he doesn't want to calculate. But now black is still what? He's a pawn down. So bishop D3, bishop F1. That's the technique.
Vidit.
Yep. Awesome.
What do we have to say about this game?
Roller coaster. Crazy. Beyond my understanding.
I love how you actually answered the question. Normally you just sit in silence and ignore me. This time you gave me a few answers. Okay, King F4 resigns.
So the game was a lot of fun. Oh man, Lawrence is going to win this. Oh god, this would never happen. The odds of this happening are so low.
There's still some kind of Rook H8 stuff that you have to.
Yeah, Rook H8. Yeah. C4. It takes now there's B4. Rook D1.
Yeah, Rook D1.
And takes on B5. Just take all the pawns. CB, AB, Rook D7. Don't take on B5. Take on D7. Please. Yes.
When you beg for it, it happens.
Yeah. I beg for all the normal moves, like simple moves.
How in the world did Lawrence Trent win that game? How? Just explain it to me.
I want to ask Lawrence about this game. He's going to love it. He's going to brag about this for a long time.
Well, at least we got a meme out of it, right?
Yeah. We got a meme. All the editors out there. It's now your time.
Yeah, that was something. And now what's the score? 4-point lead for Lawrence once more?
Yeah, 8-4.
Every time I say Lawrence, I think of the band Lawrence. Extremely good band. But
really?
Yeah, and my favorite song of theirs is called "It's Not All About You." So I'm not trying to make any pointed comments when I say that about Lawrence, but Lawrence, it is all about him right now because he's up by 4 points. He blundered a bishop.
I feel
for free.
Bad for Kostya. In the last game, he should have converted that. It was his. It was his game, but it would have been like a close match then, 7-5. But now it's getting away. How much time is left for the 3-minute section, by the way?
About 14 minutes.
About 14 minutes. So I guess 3 to 4 more games, yeah. So Lawrence will keep the lead no matter what. It might get shortened or he can extend it. Let's see.
So H5 played in this position by Lawrence. Challenging white on the king side in a situation where white is...
There's an idea of going knight at 7, because GH is always met with queen H4 stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty common idea.
So Kostya went knight E2 to C1. Maybe he'll go just knight to D3 to challenge that knight on C5.
Play bishop G5, yeah. Threatening GH.
I like that. Yeah, I was thinking about... Yeah, this is looking better and better for white by the move. Is he going to take on C5 and play bishop G5?
Should you take on C5? Okay, he does. I'm not sure if it's generally a good idea.
So bishop G5. Just put that bishop there. Or not.
A3. Ugly.
He's going to put his knight on B5, I guess.
But still white has a good position.
Yep.
The spaceman.
The spaceman? The astronaut? Yeah, this looks tough for black. There's no space, no activity. Really, you have the semi-open B file sending the B2 pawn, but it's hard to actually team up on it. And white can play knight b5 so much, but c6, hoping to open the position, but the d6 pawn is a weakness. And a timely knight d5. I like that move too.
DC is weird, no? Now you take on d5.
With what? The bishop?
Bishop, yeah.
E takes?
E4, thematic.
Oh, you're too thematic for me. Yeah, this
C4.
is strange.
C4, Doctor Strange.
C4 looks... Oh?
No.
We're having a hard
Bishop...
time predicting this game.
Yeah, King B1, Bishop C4. Okay. Knight G8 is cool, but not good.
Yeah,
cool moves are generally not good.
I'm going to try to take... Oh, what? Bishop G5? Or Queen F2, actually. What do I... Now, Queen F2
H4 is horrible. H4 is horrible.
I'm very confused by this game.
Yep, you're not alone.
And what's Queen B7 doing? Oh, man. I just don't understand. So Queen B7, are you trying to reroute the queen? Is knight D7, knight B6? Yep, okay.
Yeah, Bishop G5 was bad. You should have gone Queen F2 and then Queen H4.
Just go Queen F2 now.
Yeah, but knight B6?
Oh, and actually, and there's F6 ideas too. Yeah.
True. F6 is nice find, by the way. Or to play Bishop H6 in that position.
Yeah.
Bishop A2. Please play fast.
I love it when you start asking nicely. Please play fast. Please do this. Yeah, Bishop A2 seems logical.
I mean,
although,
you should not think for 30 seconds on this move.
Is he going to play King A1?
No, you should not. No, you should not.
I agree. You should not.
Yeah,
but I can see that move happening. Bishop A2. Keep the bishop. It's all about this bishop on G7 being a terrible.
What?
What?
First of all, Bishop H6 is the move. You have to play G5 after that. F6. He wants to. Not a bad move though. Bishop H6.
Bishop A6. Oy vey. Queen E2. You just have to do it. I know it's not good.
Bishop C1. Bishop C1.
Yeah, you're going to lose the exchange, but you have to play quickly. Lawrence is down on the clock.
That was the only trick in the position.
The only
after
one.
F6.
Watch out for Queen takes A3 coming.
King A1, of course.
Yep. And then go Bishop E1, Bishop C3.
King A1, then F5, yeah, or what? No, F5 is too much. Bishop E1, Bishop C3 is nice. Nice. Bishop E1, Bishop C3.
Okay.
Okay, I don't like Rook C3. Now Rook B7 is a strong threat.
Yeah, what do you even do here? This looks just losing. So he's going to try to go Rook C2 and hold the B2 pawn, but Queen F1 check.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, just go start stealing pawns if you want. Take on H3.
Queen F1 and Rook B3 looks clean.
Yep. Throws Rook takes A3 check and mate. Oh,
Rook B3 was nice. Rook B3, Rook A3 was sneaky.
Rook B3, take on A3.
Nice.
Take with the pawn is Queen B1 mate. Take with the king is Queen A1 checkmate. So that did not happen. We instead saw Queen H3, which was the greedier move of the two.
Look at the time difference also in this match. Queen F3 now.
Yeah, just take everything.
Or F5. But never say never, yeah?
Well, the black king is kind of open over there. So Bishop E3 next for white, if you allow it. This feels... Bishop E3, just do it. Open up that H file.
Yeah. See, again, I told you earlier, right? You should not allow so many chances.
I liked Queen
Although
G2.
This is just lost. Rook H7, yeah.
Queen G2?
Still lost.
Hey, never say never, my friend.
Yep, I agree. See, you have to calculate now.
Rook
H5,
F2.
Rook F2.
Yep.
Queen G7. Please.
Queen G4. Queen G4. Ah, no, not Queen G1.
Queen G1? What is Queen G1? Rook G2? No, you should go Queen G4, Queen E6.
Oh, Queen
bad.
B3.
This is bad. This is so bad. Very poor.
Oi. Rook G3. And then bring your rook to C3 and then push your A pawn. Just do it.
Just G5, G4, G3, yeah? It's
A4, A5, A6, A7, A8.
G1, Rook C1.
Oh, man. This has been a really topsy-turvy battle that for Lawrence, it's just going his way. It's going his way. In the critical moments, he's the one who is finishing on top here. He is up 5 points once more. He started off with 5 straight victories. Kostya then won 3 straight. And now Lawrence has extended his lead back. Whoa.
G5.
G5. Now that's a cool move.
Cool moves don't. 91? What? Horrible move, 91.
Oh, Vidit.
I would never even think of it.
You wouldn't think of this mesmerizing plan of knight E1 and knight to E2?
E2. Too soft,
I like that
too
move.
soft.
I like knight C6. You have more control over the board to keep the pieces on. Just go knight E7, knight G6. I guess the H5 square is knight G3, knight H5 could be annoying. But so
Maybe
far,
he should have taken on E2, I feel. Go knight G3 or what?
Yep.
Yeah, knight G3.
I like knight G3. Like I said, the H5 square coming after the bishop can be a pain. Knight H5.
Knight H5.
Definitely play knight H5. There it is. Yeah, Vidit, this is this should not go black's way here. Your king side is very exposed. Now play ED5 and D4 and knight F3 is simple. Vidit, you seem a little quieter today. It feels like you might be flustered by some of the action that we've seen.
Now I was thinking of a pun. D3, D3.
D3, just to open up an attack on the pawn on G5. Maybe then black will play F6.
Or H6, yeah, just solid.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not as bad for black as I first thought it was.
Yeah, but still you should go D3, H6, takes on E5, F4, open it up. Why not?
Yep.
Okay, you should have played D3 with the tempo. Why would you do this?
Maybe there's still a tempo, but G4 for black is also a possibility. Because I know you want to play F4 and open things up, but if I play G4 and I'll take on passant, then your king on G1 feels a little less safe. And G4 allows Queen H4 sometimes with a counter strike.
Mm-hmm. So now you're suggesting G4, yeah, in this position?
Yes, G4.
Not a bad move, yeah. That's why I was suggesting D3 first.
Bishop D7, like, you're not getting anything on the queen side.
I have a feeling that he'll play a move like Bishop D2 or King H1.
Not F4?
What? Knight F4?
F4 feels like the right plan.
Yeah, but I think Costa will play Bishop D2 or King H1.
Wait, but Coach is black.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was bad. I miss. That was really bad.
I was like, wait, can he play King H1 as black? Wow, that's a really powerful king.
No, G5, yeah. So I thought, I assumed Lawrence is black. That's what happened to me. In first few games, Lawrence went G4, G5.
Knight G7 checkmate. Watch out. Sorry to interrupt you, but Knight G7 with mate is coming.
Tricky Lawrence, yeah. Queen D2, Queen B4. And now even Queen D4 is threatened. How do you stop both of it? You can't. That is so tricky. Sneaky.
Oh, Queen E7, just play that move, and I know it's bad, but it's better than getting checkmated.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Vidit. Can you not hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I someone lagged. Either me or I don't know. I think I lagged for a minute.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'm back.
Castling queenside, that's what you need to see happen.
Queen A7. I would have played Queen A7 or Queen C3 maybe.
How do we make it an attack happen here? Bishop C6, then you go Queen A7, and I'm unhappy. Knight
Queen
C6
C3 now.
Mm-hmm.
Queen C3.
Queen B4, just go.
He wants to play Bishop C5, Bishop D6. Oh, Queen is trapped. Knight F6.
Oh my gosh. Knight F6 traps. Oh, Vidit, it's getting painful. It really is.
That was Queen D2, Queen B4, then Bishop E3, Bishop C5, Bishop D6. That was funny.
It's getting painful. Yeah, Lawrence is having himself a day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, despite those two like reactions, he's still playing well. Yeah,
Yeah,
misplays. No, I think one of the problems is Costa's not being tactically alert and sharp. Too many
right.
chances given away too easily. Even like in the previous game, if you remember, there was this Queen G2, Rook F2 ideas. He's playing too soft there. You have to be aggressive. Yeah.
And what about Lawrence, who's now 6 games and playing this really not good opening
Yeah.
from Black?
I think it's the match is like kind of completely drifting away from Costa. So I assume I don't think it's going to be like a big turnaround now.
But why
Who
would you give
knows?
your opponent any chance?
Sorry?
Like,
To
why
play
would
Dutch? No,
like
but
why,
you think that he's playing for win? No, it's just his style. He can't play normal openings. He always likes funky stuffs. He likes funky
okay?
stuffs. He likes something interesting, If it's
Yeah.
not interesting, he'll not like it.
Okay. Totally reasonable. No, it's not reasonable, but I'll pretend like it is.
Bishop G4.
Bishop G4, stopping H5. That looks good. Also putting more pressure on the
Yeah.
D4 pawn.
Bishop E2, you have to play.
Mm-hmm.
Queen D2. You.
Well, the bishop can come
Not,
to H3.
yeah, not bad though. Not bad. Queen D2 is not bad. I judged too quickly.
At least you owned up to it. It's very big of you, commendable that you would admit that.
Thank
So
you.
giving up the D4 pawn?
94.
Yeah. Yes, please. And now F3 is also under attack?
Yep. I don't know what to do even there.
H5? No, the knight takes F3.
Yeah, Queen D5. That's a trap, by the way.
Yep.
Queen D5, Knight D5, White is winning. Tables have turned.
Yep.
H5 is not a bad trap to put. And then, go react something, something like that.
Queen E3 trying to take on D4 is what's played instead. Actually, knight takes D5 is also a threat because E7 is hanging with checkmate.
Although, Knight F5, Queen E6, C6 looks solid. C5 now 95. I was
C6,
afraid
I might
of.
even have knight takes D5 there and just blast the whole board open. Probably doesn't work out, but
now Knight D5, Knight G5, Queen G5. What's happening? E6 in the end. Nice.
wait, what? Knight D5,
Knight G5,
knight
Queen
G5,
G5, E6.
and you're just trading queens off the board. And
That's accidental brilliance.
as we've talked about, the title of Lawrence's autobiography, so it keeps panning out for him. Maybe not intentionally, but when you're feeling it, when you're having a good day, these things end up working. H5 played, just getting aggressive. But the thing is, you can't spend 37 seconds and play H5.
Yeah, and then it's also bad move. Queen D2 now, Bishop C3 or King F8, Queen D2.
Queen F4.
You got to
Queen
go Queen D2. You got to go Queen D2. I feel.
What's wrong with Queen F4?
Bishop E5 at least.
Yeah, but actually, knight takes G5 is just a threat after Queen D2.
Oh, that's just losing. Oh, I didn't see that. I must admit. So Queen F4 makes sense, right?
Yeah, Queen F4.
Now you have Rook D5. Yeah.
Yeah, Rook D5.
But right, Rook D5. You can play Queen B6 or something like that.
But it's so messy.
Edgy. Then edgy.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. I want to take on G6 and take away the H6 square.
I agree with you completely. Oh, no, what?
What? E6? The accidental brilliance.
But you should have played Rook D5.
Knight takes D5 here. Just take on D5. I don't care if it works. Do it.
ED.
There it is.
ED. Take it.
No, Oh, I thought I could go Rook takes D5. I can't. Oops.
ED, Queen F5, Queen F6.
Yep.
Accidental brilliance. Again.
Going for B2. And then Rook takes D5 and game continues, but it's not good.
Or you can... Is he thinking edgy here?
If he plays H takes G6, oh my gosh. Knight C7?
That's Lawrence. Queen F6.
Then Queen takes G...
Queen B2.
No, it's Queen takes G5 is check in response.
What? Oh, yeah. True. But I was just looking at...
I was trying to go Knight takes E6, obviously.
Queen F6 now.
So Knight C7, Queen F6.
He wants to play Bishop B2, maybe. Lawrence.
What is Bishop?
If Hikaru was here, he would say GG yo.
What about? Everything is bad.
Oh
no!
He gets 25.
Oh no! I pointed this out, and it just takes back with check. It went from bad, then it went to worse, then it went to just outright tragic. Lawrence Trent leaves the 3-minute segment with a 7-point lead in the match. Vidit, you and I will take a break. When we return, we'll come back with the bullet portion, see if Kavutskiy can rattle off 7 straight victories, because otherwise this is Lawrence Trent's match for the table.
Yeah, it's 7 point something. Yeah?
7 points indeed. We'll be right back, everybody. And as we get set for the bullet portion of this matchup, we want to remind everybody that the action continues later tonight. It is Danny Wrench. You all know him as my co-commentator, as pretty much the face of Chess.com. He is going to start pushing pieces as he takes on my great friend, International Master Teddy Coleman, at 6 p.m. Pacific. That is tonight. So you must, absolutely must tune in and tell your friends. And of course, tomorrow there will be Carissa Yip taking on the Dean of American Chess, Dean Ippolito, as the final first round matchup of the I Am Not GM Speed Chess Championship, brought to you by Chess.com. And tomorrow, I actually have to dust off my chess knowledge and play some chess, as Danny and I will team up. First, he has to compete on his own. I need to send him out into the wild. Then he comes back to me because, well, let's face it, he needs me. We take on the Spanish commentary team of Luis and Carlos, and that will be tomorrow, April 25th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Vidit, do you have any predictions first for Danny's match later and for the USA Spanish-speaking match tomorrow?
I have concerns, first of all, like when Danny comes and he has been away for so long.
Yeah.
That is the server capable of handling it, and will Twitch crash, and all these concerns. So I hope that everything goes well, and it's too early for me, but I am going to watch the entire match. I promise that. You can't miss it.
I don't think anybody can miss it because it's Danny. It's my great friend, Teddy. I don't have a rooting interest because I'm not allowed to. I won't say to people what Danny said to me off air, but Danny is hyped for the match. Teddy, similarly, he's ready. He's been watching the other matchups. He's a working man, not in the chess profession. So he's been getting ready for that matchup, and it's going to be a fun one. And I will have the call with Daniel Naroditsky later. Sorry, Vidit, you weren't invited to that one, but you'll be here in spirit.
Yes, for sure.
Now we have bullet left. 11-4 in Lawrence's favor. As
have the game started?
It just lifted off. B3. Okay.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Lawrence. Give us this Jabawa-like position.
Knight H3.
Isn't this the Jabawa?
Is it the Jabawa?
I think so.
Bishop D6, and don't take Knight G6 after that.
You want to go for the checkmate on the dark squares?
Yeah, play Bishop D6 actually. It's really not a bad move.
Queen D6. Similar idea. Spent a lot of time to find that move.
Yeah. Too slow.
And I still like Black's position though.
G3.
Yeah, this looks very suspicious for Lawrence Trent.
Yeah, Knight E7. I would have played Knight E7, Knight F5.
Okay, Knight G4.
I don't like the move E4. I don't like the move E4.
I just
now
want to
you'll
push
get D3.
pawns.
D3, yeah. No, I think E4 kind of helped White.
Yeah. The pawn structure looks very strange on the king side, with this kind of E3, F4, G3, H4. But there's no way to attack it.
D4, Knight E4, yeah? Not so clear.
E4 looked good, though.
But Knight E4 doesn't so clear.
You're right. So
now White has a great position.
Yeah, the pawn phalanx is mobile.
30 seconds. 30 seconds and a great position. And the lead.
Anything else?
Everything is...
While it's going well for him? Then I might get trapped.
G4, it's trapped. There's no... Oh, okay. He doesn't see it. King B1. I would play King B1 and sneakily try to get some rooks here, Knight B5.
Yep, look at that. Trying to get the rook to c5. King B8 is a response. Good move. And F5
Queen
was
D7. Yeah, F5 was a good move.
Yes, it saved the knight. And how does Black do anything here? Queen B6. Good. Bishop D4. Excellent.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic. Bishop E3.
I mean, just fending off the Black queen. I'm trying to promote good chess here.
Bishop A3. Why Bishop A3?
Threefold.
It will be threefold. Oh
that
no,
would be
Lawrence
hilarious.
default.
Okay, so the pawn chain's been stopped. Knight F8 to E6 doesn't threaten.
Now Bishop F1. You know what he wants? He wants to play Bishop A5. That's Lawrence.
Oh my gosh.
I know Lawrence.
I don't know if that's
D5.
a good thing.
Bishop B4. Know thy enemy.
G3. He blundered G3 pawn.
Yeah, he did. Was there rook c6, by the way? That was.
I was looking
cool
at
move.
that, but I'm not sure.
A4.
A4 double-edged move, but it looks good.
Not now. Maybe also now you can do it. Yeah.
Took that
Fe, F5, F5, go F5, knight F4, go for
but
it.
then GF, rook H6.
E6.
Oh, I like it. Vidit in spirit of the position. Okay, that might not be in the spirit of the position.
Now Queen H3, Queen H3. Still, white is the one who is like controlling.
Knight
You know,
F8.
he's playing too passive. Black is playing too passive.
Extremely passively.
Oh, knight B6. Now you get knight to C4.
Sorry, what was that about passivity? There goes the knight.
True.
And closing the C file is essential here because now look at black on the counter. Rook takes H4. What is rook H7?
H7? F5? What? Take the 3 pawns.
I'm very confused with it. Rook H2 check.
Rook H1. Okay, black is winning, of course, undoubtedly.
This is
comeback time.
A strange game. I don't know how else to put it.
Every game has been.
Wait, that E pawn.
E7, 96, 96, 96, 96.
Oh,
96.
I missed it.
96 was the way, man.
Yep, 96 was winning.
But rook H8. Still winning.
He took the rook. Oh my gosh, you take the E7 pawn and push all your pawns. Okay, I'm pulling up an analysis board because that game was headache inducing. I feel like I'm a migraine coming on. When rook H8 was played, well, first let's go back to your move. E7, knight E6, the point is I'm throwing knight F8, kicking your rook from the E8 square, but also knight C7 check, so your rook can't go to E8. And instead, he played knight G6 and brought his rook to H8. You have to just sack your rook and then push your pawns. You have F and E pawns that give you chances to survive this game, not to mention your A pawn and your B pawn. So you have all these passed pawns. You're probably not going to win it, but in bullet, anything can happen. Now, back to the current game here. The same approach by Lawrence of putting a knight on F7 came through F6, G4, H6, F7. Very solid position of the black side of the King's Indian, where white has more space. Should be advantageous for white, but actually converting this is a headache.
I mean, the last position was like, you had everything. You had knight on C4. You had like 7, 8 pawns running and everything was going your way.
That's why you don't leave your king in the corner in an endgame.
White has a crushing position again, by the way.
Yes.
Like absolutely crushing. Yeah.
Being a big threat here.
Knight F7. Go back knight F7, actually.
How about
put
B6?
High level of... Knight D7?
Just...
DC? DC is finished.
Oh.
Okay. DC, bishop B5 now. Queen C7. Even that is winning. Queen B3 check.
Yep. Then
and Hikaru say GG, yo. Knight G5.
Oh, knight G5 is just devastating. H6, just pray. That's all you can do. Knight E6.
H6, Queen F7, Queen G7. Queen F7, Rook F8, Queen G7.
Oh, you are tactically alert. Queen F7, Rook F8 takes, Knight E6 check, and you fork. So we have Knight F7.
Now we'll play Bishop D7 and Knight F6.
I would do the same.
Knight F4, okay.
Greedy guy.
It is so winning, but Queen F7 was finished on the spot.
Is there kind of Knight G5, Queen H3? No, there's not here. But sometimes you can just checkmate the king onto the H file. This is simple, at least it should be. And
Bishop C8, Rook D8, and then something. Bishop C8, Rook D8. Oh, what? What happened? Bishop B5 is such a bad move. Oh God, this is bad. This is horrible. Yeah. Now black is in the game. Rook C8.
Put your bishop on E5.
Yeah, and play H5, King H6. Give it some air. Play H5.
Mm-hmm. Queen G5 even to trade queens.
King H6. Put king on H6. Put all your pieces on dark squares.
G5.
Oh my God. G4. Lawrence is going to win this. G3.
No, G3, H3.
Yeah, but still. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you just won a pawn. But B7. Rook C1. Whoa. Oh. Oh, Lawrence blunders.
Yep.
Vida, this has been difficult.
Yeah, too many ups and downs.
Yeah. I haven't been able to keep, just a calm sort of mindset because I don't know what's happening on every turn. E5. Oh,
Yeah, if I was simple tactic. 2 seconds. Oh, he's unsure. He's so unsure about winning this
Queen
game.
C6. Just do things. I don't know what, but just do them. Take that queen.
FE, FE, FE. E2. Oh, no, bishop b4. Bishop
Bishop
b4.
b4.
Bishop b4 was winning. Bishop
Yep.
b4 was winning.
E2. Oh, no, you can't go
King
E2.
H1.
We both want to play
King
E2.
D3. King D3.
Check and King E2.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm going to need a nap after this. King E6. King F7.
It's so random. So random.
Rook H6 check. No. Take on E3 or don't. Vidit, I'm at a loss for words. I'm very talkative normally. I can go on for hours and hours and hours. But right now, Vidit, I think you're with me, right?
Yeah, definitely. It was unnecessary. Like white could have won earlier completely. It was over in the opening. Then black got chance. Then white was winning again. Then black was winning. And white won. It's crazy.
Yep. And Coach Kavutskiy wins the game. He gets one there. And so now it's a 7-point deficit again. And we've seen this opening several times today.
Yeah, that's 7 point.
And how much time is left? 15 minutes, a little over for the rest of the match. 7-game deficit. You'd have to win
Bishop
every
H6.
single game. Yeah, Bishop H6 looks good.
So far, I think, yeah, he's not converting his chances so much.
Yeah.
E6, knight E3.
Mm-hmm. Just protect the pawn, attack the knight.
Lawrence wants to go 97. He wants to go 97. Yeah, I know Lawrence. He's that guy.
The
Queen
C6
B7.
square.
Yeah, but I thought Queen B7.
Yeah, but then D5, and you still get the knight to C6.
Knight E7, C6, A5. Funny.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant, yes.
Just absolutely dazzling chess. Queen C3, the C7 pawn is weak.
Rook D5.
Rook D5 looks excellent.
Rook D5.
Yep.
Knight E6.
Yeah, I don't like B4 because now
Not
Queen
at all.
B5.
Queen A4. Queen A4. Queen B5 is even better.
Yep.
See, like such chances, he's missing a lot of them. That's
Don't
why
take on it. Oh, Queen A3 actually is okay because you take on B4.
Queen C7 now. Queen
Take on
B4. Rook D6. Queen C3. Oh, you can take on Queen C3 makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't play G3. Rook C8. Knight E6.
I love how you're predicting this.
Queen C2. Queen C2. Queen E3 was bad. Rook C1. Queen B2.
Now black's just better.
Clearly.
Queen E2. Keep the queens on.
Yep. You should keep the queens on. But he'll exchange. I have a feeling. No, he does not. But Queen A3 is bad.
Is it? Rook B8. Knight D4 loses a piece. Knight D2. Queen A2. Yep.
Rook A1.
Rook A1 is very nice. And just ends everything.
Queen B2.
And what black is hoping for is that Queen B2, you trade and get Knight G5, get my knight in, and deliver a checkmate.
Knight C4.
Rook C2.
95. 95.
Yeah. I have to go F6. I need to play for the cheap checkmate, then my knight gets to F3.
Rook D1. Rook D1. Kick the knight first.
He's going Rook A7. King F6. King F6. Go for the cheapo.
F4. F4.
I know, but King F6, knight takes F7. What?
Knight C6. What? Rook F7. Rook C7. GG, yo. First take on F7.
Is he going to take on C2 or is he going to take on F7? He took on C2. Vidit, I saw you holding your head. You,
Because it was the same, like you take a pawn and then come back rook c7. It was just
yep.
finished.
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, he just wants to win the match.
Knight g8, knight e7 check.
I get it.
Hey, now it's your turn to keep saying
Knight e7, knight f5. Oh, okay, still wins it. Don't repeat Lawrence after knight is flagged.
Flag. Vidit.
Yep.
This has been a strange match. We started out with 5 straight wins for Lawrence.
I think we have said this like 10 times in the stream already.
Yeah, 5 straight wins for Lawrence, 3 straight wins for Kostya, and then after that, the break after the 5-minute came at the perfect time for Lawrence because he was able to gather himself, control his emotions, and he even won a game where he blundered a bishop on move. I don't even know what move that was.
By the way, when was the last time Kostya won?
A long, long time ago. No, he won one.
No,
of the
I want to see if there's an adoption chance.
No, he won.
He won
the
a bullet game.
Yeah.
Which one?
He won one of the other ones.
This white one. Yeah, the crazy one.
Trying to
B6, G3. Oh,
yeah, play for B4, right? Just take on G4. If you take
Bishop G4, knight D7, knight D7.
Yep. I would say if you take with a knight, there's rook G3, but it takes the queen, trade.
Takes a knight D7. Takes a knight D7. Go for it. Yeah, he sees it. Okay, good. Now please win it. Knight F6.
I just love it when you beg. You're just proving Vidit that you ain't too proud to beg.
Rook B3, rook B6 is what? You should have played knight D7. Now knight D7.
Yep. You missed my song reference. You're so focused on the chess that I had a song.
What did you say? Sorry, what did you say? Rook F3. Oh no. What did you say?
Oh, I just said you ain't too proud to beg.
Is that a song? I didn't know about it.
It is. It's a lyrics from a song, but it's okay. You were so focused on the chess. You took my role and then did it much better than I ever have. So
I'm just having fun. I think Lawrence has a very bad internet connection. I see.
Oh, maybe he'll. Right. What happens if
one bar? If he disconnects?
Yeah, he loses this game, and then
because he's thinking he lost his internet connection. I can see that he's refreshing his browser. Oh no! Twist of the day.
Uh-oh.
Twist of the day. Anything can happen. Never say never.
So this is Kostya's game on time because Lawrence disconnected.
Controversy. Hashtag controversy.
Look what you started here, Vidit. And
because the exact same thing happened between Ali Reza and Hikaru, if you know, in Magnus Invitational. Exact same thing. Ali Reza lost on the internet. He was winning and then he lost.
Right. And now what?
The games, I don't see refreshing.
So the match timer has been stopped and we're trying to connect with Lawrence, but Lawrence seems available.
Lawrence is out.
Well, we can see him, so clearly he's there.
Yeah, I mean his maybe server is there something wrong with the server? Oh no, probably server is okay.
Oh, well, let's bring up an event coming up very shortly, which involves another Super Grandmaster. This time not named Vidit Gujrathi, but instead Wesley So. He is going to try to adopt Danny Wrench in 2 days, 9 a.m. Pacific time. For those of you who are new to chess on Twitch, adopting means winning 10 straight games. So we'll see if Wesley So is capable of making Danny Wrench look like that while sucking on his thumb, which is such a hilarious cutout.
So Danny points to the editor.
Danny has a lot of chess. He has his match tonight against Teddy Coleman. He has USA versus Spanish commentary tomorrow when he's playing with me. And then he is going to try not to be adopted by Wesley So.
I haven't heard from Wesley in a long time. Like, haven't seen him play at all. I don't even remember when he played, which was his last tournament. And then he comes back, prepares for 5 months, and plays Danny.
Well, Wesley played in Vaikonze.
Yeah, but that's like January and it's already April. Yeah?
But nobody's been able to play because all tournaments are canceled or postponed.
True.
But I guess there are many people playing online right now, right? There's,
Yeah. At least something is happening, Like you can see Fabi, Hikaru always there.
Yes.
Internet is a new home.
Wesley will play in the Nations Cup. So he's going to be on the USA team. So in fact,
USA.
You should probably start preparing for him.
I should. I actually should. I'm not kidding.
No, I know. That's why I said it. And I wasn't joking this time around.
By the way, game started?
Yeah, the game is underway. Lawrence has double F pawns. Kostya also has double F pawns. Lawrence has an isolated D pawn. Kostya does not. And what do you think about this position? Knight G4 is the move that came to my mind. Kicking the queen out, trying to say, please take me on
takes
D6.
and D5. Knight G4 was a bad move. Sorry. He should have played Knight D5. Now takes and D5.
Pushing that pawn through.
CD, Bishop D5, right?
Yeah, then
Knight D5, Rook D8. Now
Rook D8.
Knight D5 was bad. Oh no, not Bishop D5.
Yeah, that doesn't look right. But just Rook D8 here.
Yeah.
You need to get activity.
But takes Bishop B7 and Rook C8. Okay. Doesn't matter. B6.
So in this endgame with the knight against the bishop, I mean, the knight can go from color complex to color complex, but there are no pawns to really attack. And the bishop actually has cut off the knight beautifully thus far. King C4. Your king can make progress for white. Bishop D5. Oh, I feel Fischer Taimanov happening here.
King E7, Knight D6.
Yes, but that's getting barely. I need to be able to share the D5 square with the king and the bishop.
Sharing. Knight C7 and king. No, Knight C7 maybe.
Bishop G8.
Yeah, Bishop G8 is nice. Bishop G8 is also nice.
Now Bishop G8 for
G8.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bishop G8, King D5. Oh, Bishop G8 now just
go
to
94.
H7.
94 is worried about.
So F3
first. F3 first. Yeah.
You're right. I underestimated what? I underestimated the counterplay with 94.
Repetition incoming. Incoming.
Win Bishop D5.
Go F3, Bishop D5, F3.
Oh, okay. Good move. Bishop C6. F3.
King C7.
F3. Play F3.
King D6. Okay, this is still winning.
Yeah, he's going to take all the pawns. But
Knight D3 is bad.
Knight E4 check was way better.
Yeah. Now King H5, King G6. GGO.
I love it that you say GGO.
Inspired by Hikaru.
Oh, I know where it's from. You want me to draw more arrows to show the Hikaru inspiration? King F7. Trying to be precise. King E7. Can't stop me from queening.
Bishop C6, King D5 was accidental brilliance.
Oh my gosh, you and the accidental brilliance. Well, what's the score now? It is 14-6, and we have 5 minutes left, so we should have just 2 to 3 games remaining at this point. Vidit,
yep.
You've been impressed. Well, we probably have 2 or 3 games left.
Okay.
But I was going to say, it feels like you've been very impressed with Lawrence's play today.
Yes, I mean, it's better than my expectations and I think everyone's expectations, right? Although it was very entertaining, especially his expressions and everything, I loved it. I love to watch. I mean, not good for my heart, all the games, but it was fun. Yes. I think one of the problems was for Costa was he was too indecisive. He had chances. He just didn't capitalize on them, where he won a piece, for example, for free. You have to win those games. I mean, you cannot let those go. And then the score would be 7-5. So I think that's where the match got away. You have to capitalize. Oh, Rook C3. The Queen C3 now takes and BC. Rook C3 was flashy, but not needed. Rook B7.
And Rook takes A7, and you're stealing some pawns with the extra exchange. But I think you're right. That game was so critical where, Kostya had come off a good end to the 5-minute portion. Then he lost the game. He was down by 3. He just was up a piece against Lawrence and lost that game, and probably with it lost his confidence.
True, I agree. That was the most critical game. Now, still Rook D on Bishop C2. Someone made a mistake.
Yep. How many pawns is White up, though? White is up 1 pawn and the exchange.
1 pawn only.
But E7, D6, both falling.
H4.
H4 is weak.
But
Knight
still,
D-
92, Bishop D2.
Free piece. Free piece. That was
now it doesn't matter anymore. So, but still.
No, it doesn't matter. And there goes the ambulance. In the distance here, and the A pawn running, White up a piece. Lawrence, Bishop E5. Don't blunder back rank me. Okay, G3. Wait, but somehow this isn't as easy as it should be either.
Why? You're up a piece. You have a passed pawn.
Take on E7 or don't. Should have played F5 and hoped for Bishop takes F5. E5, push those pawns. You see what I'm saying? I totally coast you. Vidit.
E4.
Yeah, look at this. Here come the pawn. King G6.
King G6.
King
I
G6
would have
is
played
better.
King G6. Exactly. In sync.
Push the pawns. Okay, Bishop's under. Take on G5. You just have to, but it's losing.
Rook A2, Rook A2, Rook A2. Play Rook A2.
Ooh,
Rook A2 is the move.
it was. Now Queen B7.
But even this could get dramatic, you know.
You win the bishop. Oh, okay. Could have won Queen
This
B7.
could get dramatic. Queen B7 would have just won the bishop.
Yep. Rook D6. Rook D6.
D6.
No!
Oh my god.
No. Just everything that could go wrong goes wrong, and he might lose on time.
Oh, Rook D6.
Oh. Oh, Vidit.
Not good for me. Not good for me. This is really not good for me. He plays H4, Knight H3, Knight G5.
Vidit. Play Bishop C4. Yep. Queen F3 coming. Knight B5, if any kind of.
He's going for one move mates now.
He is.
E5, DC.
Yep. Okay.
Why would you take EF6? CD2. Okay, doesn't matter.
Vidit.
What are your thoughts on the match so far?
I am pretty speechless because.
But try.
I'll try. I think that Lawrence has been sharper pretty much from start to finish throughout the match.
Agreed completely.
Kostya has had good openings, and I think we expected that because Lawrence is playing offbeat lines. So Kostya has obtained a number of advantages out of the opening, but he hasn't, been in the right shape to convert those advantages. And 14.5, 6.5 right now is the score, +8 for Lawrence. It shouldn't be that far apart, but it should be something like +6. And I hate using shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it does feel like Lawrence has been dominant in this match.
Yeah, so I think clearly he was the better player today.
Yes, for sure. And trading rooks. How much time do we have left in this match? Oh, this is the last game.
Is it?
Yes. I'm certain it's the last game as I see the timer. And
there was Knight C4, by the way, in the last position. Knight D7, Knight C4, take the pawn on A5. Bishop C2.
I wasn't even looking at the chessboard, if I'm being honest with you.
You're done for the day, huh?
No, I'm just getting started. I have Danny Wrench versus Teddy Coleman later today. F5. Come on. Play F5 after GF, bishop takes H5, and give me the outside pass pawn.
Yeah, F5 is nice.
Bishop B3.
B5.
Okay, this is looking very good.
Bishop E8. Yeah, he wants to play Bishop E8.
Bishop E8, do it. Take all the pawns.
Yeah, Bishop H5.
Yep. It doesn't matter, I guess. He's going to just win it. Although, it's the wrong H pawn.
Yeah, it's the wrong H pawn.
Uh-oh. but the king is cut off. So that's the bad news for
Bishop G4. Yeah.
Bishop
G4.
Hey, Bishop G4 was there.
Now the king is on G7.
Just go H5, H6, and then bring your bishop to F5 and king on F6.
Yes.
Here's bishop F5. There is step one.
Don't
H5.
play G4. Don't play G4. He wants to play G4, G5.
Smart guy. Bishop G4. H5. H6, king G6, bishop H5. Oh, okay. I was going for that tactic. But this is winning.
Yep. How exactly it wins, by the way?
Bishop F5.
Like this. Yeah. Bishop G6. Play for this trick.
Oh, that would be too clever.
Yeah, play Bishop G6. And then it's not so easy to win still, by the way. Bishop G6. Come on.
H7 checkmate coming. The match is over.
Oh, Lawrence they play one more game.
No. This is over. This game is over. And Lawrence's H6 move, not allowed. So with that, Lawrence Trent has won the match very decisively. We will take a quick break so we can be joined by the players and interview them, hear their thoughts. And, well, let's see what we can hear from Lawrence about his victorious day over the chessboard. We'll be right back. As we return, we must extend our congratulations to you, Lawrence, and our apologies to you, Kostya. It was a very tough match. We'll start with you, Kostya. You lost the first 5 games, then went on a 3-game winning streak. And it seemed like you were about to hang in there. And then that game where you won a piece and were not able to convert. Was that kind of the deal breaker in your match?
Yeah, that one really, really hurt. Because it felt like, okay, it was like a gift. I should win the game. But then Lawrence just made it really tricky, and I just kept the game going long enough, and I eventually I guess I just made a bunch of mistakes in a row at some point, I imagine.
Well, Lawrence, you started out with a bang, 5 straight victories. How did you make that happen? And how did you do so well that you impressed my co-commentator, Vida Gujarati?
Oh, wow. Well, impressing Mr. Gujarati is no small thing. I'm honored to hear that it was happy with how I played. Yeah, I got off to a good start. I think I got a bit lucky, to be honest. And then, as you said, Kostya went on this winning streak, and that really was a critical game when I just completely had a brain freeze and obviously gifted him this piece. And I think once I won that one, I started to get a bit of confidence back. And then in the 3-minute and 1-minute, I felt as though already the distance was probably too far, especially by the time we got to the 1 minute. I just had to play kind of semi-normal chess, which I think I managed to do. Certainly probably wasn't the cleanest chess I've ever played, but no, it was very tough. And Kostya showed fantastic resilience, because being 5-0 down, he could have easily just collapsed then and there and been sort of 8-0 down at some point, and then it's already over. And when he got 3 in a row, there were a few moments I blundered some pieces, I hung some repetitions. I mean, it was tough. And people don't realize how intense it is. 3 hours of chess like this is really hard work. So You know, I'm obviously very happy to be through, but Kostya was a mighty tough opponent, and the next round is going to be extremely tough as well, because I've got John Bartholomew, who is widely considered the favorite for this tournament. So I'm going to need to be on my absolute A game if I'm going to even have a chance at being in there with John, because he is probably on paper the best player.
So Kostya, what do you think you could have done differently looking back at the matches?
I guess I definitely could have prepared more and played more and just like done more tactics or something before the match. I think that would have helped. During the match, I'm not sure. I mean, at some point I managed to calm down and like I realized I had time to think even when it was getting low. But yeah, I wish I just gotten a little bit more comfortable earlier on, especially like in those time scrambles. I felt like I gave up a bunch of points.
Yeah, and what Vid and I were speaking about during the match was, Kostya, it seemed like you had some good positions at the opening, but there were moments of indecision where instead of going for a more critical, clarifying line, you kind of waited for a more opportune moment, and then Lawrence was able to pounce on that. Do you feel like you were just being hesitant because you got off to a slow start in the match and you were lacking some confidence?
That definitely hurt, but I would say I suffer from that in the first games as well. I just don't have the feeling yet for online Blitz when you should like calculate a bit and go for the kill, or just kind of like try to keep your advantage. So I haven't quite developed this feeling yet.
Yeah, and Lawrence, on your end, usually you go in for the kill when there isn't a kill shot, but today you kind of reined it in. And there were moments where we were very impressed by your ability to simplify matters instead of going fully complex. How did you change your approach even during the match when first things were going your way and then all of a sudden it was going to Kostya's way? How did you gain your composure there?
Well, I think the break came at a really opportune moment for me, actually, because I could have easily gone on self-destruct there. I needed a few minutes to calm down, go and get some fresh air. And you're right. I think a lot of people were expecting me just to go absolutely nuts in this match, but I know Kostya is a very principled player, and he's not a bunny at all. And if I just go too crazy, I thought I'd get punished. And I just wanted to play some normal chess and show that, you know, I can occasionally play normal chess in inverted commas. And also, as you said, Robert, I felt like there were certain moments in the match where the style I played, especially, for example, in the bullet as well, just playing these B3 systems, just swapping down and basically having a position where it's either equal or I'm slightly better. I felt as though I chose a decent strategy there. And let's face it, I did get lucky because everything revolved around that game where Kostya wins that. He's fully in the match. You know, I would need to calm down. As you could probably tell, I get quite emotional. I tilt quite badly. Dropping pieces is something that I don't enjoy doing at this stage in my career, especially with, you know, it wasn't like 5 seconds on my clock when I dropped that piece in that Sicilian. So these things tilt me slightly, but somehow I managed to just regain my composure and play. I don't know. There were a few games where I definitely could have played. You know, I felt like I missed wins all over the place. I'm sure you guys saw it, but in general, I'm quite happy with how I played.
Lawrence, just one last question from my side. Like there were two instances, like where you hung the piece on E3, and there was this repetition. So what was going through your mind that time? I saw like you're visibly upset. And what were you telling yourself?
The king on B4 and the knight ending.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I've got the game. The game is a lock. I'm not even sure now if it is, because the king comes around. I couldn't calculate it. See, that's why I repeated, because obviously I wanted to take the pawn on A4, but the king comes to G4, and I just couldn't calculate. I guess it's winning for me somehow. My knight can block, but I just couldn't calculate it in the time. And then when I gave away the repetition, it's so stupid, because that's a sort of position where I can actually make 100 moves quite easily. I can waste a whole bunch of time in that position. So I actually missed a fantastic opportunity to deprive Kostya the opportunity to actually get some points back on the board. That's why I was so angry. Not the fact that it was a draw and maybe I was winning, which is that I fell for a repetition where I can actually just move my king on every square on the board and waste 10 minutes on the clock timer. So from that strategic point of view, I was very upset, but at least, you know, thankfully I managed to calm down, and yeah, it worked out in the end.
Well, thank you both for what was a really fun match. Kostya, again, our apologies for the result, but you did show some great tenacity, some fight. And for Lawrence, congratulations. That was a very finely played match. You face John Bartholomew up next, so you know the tall task in front of you, but best of skill in the next round.
Thank you. And thank you too, as well, for all the hard work you're doing. I know this wasn't the first time, and I know you're keeping everybody entertained as well as educated. You know, your commentary is fantastic. So thank you for all of your work. And thank you again to Nick, Danny, Aaron, and everybody at Chess.com for making this happen as well. It's a real honor to be able to play in this tournament.
Why are you being so nice, Lawrence? We are not used to it.
Look, before the show started, remember, Kostya said, yeah, no, he could see it happening. No, I'll tell you the real reason. I'm going to shout out to my good friend Tamara Klein. I'll tweet a link. I had a fantastic meditation session this afternoon. That's what I did in the park. It was a gorgeous day, and it made me very thankful for everything, and just to embrace nature. And you know, I was in a very calm and peaceful mood coming into this, which I think helped me massively. So
you do sound like a man at peace, and well, your pieces did the talking for you today. So we also know you as quite a fantastic commentator. And again, thank you both so much for joining us for the show and for playing a very intense match over these last few hours.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. The final score was 15.5, 6.5 in Lawrence Trent's favor. He moves on to face the 1 seed, the top dog, that is John Bartholomew, in a much anticipated matchup. I'm sure Greg Shahade will be cracking jokes as he's on the waiting the winner. If he can beat the winner of Carissa Yip and Dina Polito, he would love to face Lawrence Trent. Those two have been going at it for years. And Vidit, I mean, what a match it was by Lawrence, right?
Yeah, he played really well. And yeah, congratulations to him. He deserved the win.
He certainly did. And we want to remind everybody of the schedule because we have a doubleheader today. This match is over with. Lawrence Trent is the victor. And we have probably the most important match of Danny Wrench's life coming up tonight. He takes on my very, very close friend, International Master Teddy Coleman. And look at that image. I mean, just look at those two guys, right? Like, what can you say? How can you root for either one over the other?
I just want to wish you all the best for another 3 hours of like entertaining chess. But I'm done for the night. I cannot watch.
You're done for the night. I potentially have a friendship to lose based on this pairing. I am rooting for neither player. I'm rooting for entertaining chess. I will be back with Daniel Naroditsky. That's 6 p.m. Pacific time. Danny Wrench, the face of Chess.com, taking on one of my best friends in the world, International Master Teddy Coleman. You will not want to miss that. I'm sure the interviews will be great because I have some funny questions in store for them. But Vid, I do want to thank you profusely. You've been a wonderful co-commentator. I'm sorry that we didn't get to hear more puns from you today. I'm sorry I was being a little bit antagonistic earlier in the show. You just have provided pearls of wisdom, great chess moves, and just good psychological insight. So I think that everyone benefits from hearing from such a top-class grandmaster as yourself. If they want to follow you more, right, you stream on Vidit Chess. So shout out to Vidit Chess. Follow his channel. He's just moving up on the ranks in Twitch and will continue streaming more. And Vidit, any final thoughts here to take us away as we head on out?
No, just a thank you speech. Thank you to everyone. I don't know when I'll join back for this. I am not a GM, but I'll be keeping a track of it. And just thank you, Robert, for being such a good co-commentator. And thank you to all the viewers who joined in.
Yes, we appreciate all of you. And Vidit, once more, I must thank you because you have been just such a great person to commentate alongside. I'm sure we will see you again soon. Maybe not for the I'm Not GM Speed Chess Championship, although I would love your presence alongside me some more, but more events down the line. And you have an event to prepare for yourself. So we wish you the best of skill in that nonetheless. And to all of you who have been here, still thousands of you with us, thank you so much. We could not do this without your support. On behalf of Chess.com, this is Grandmaster Robert Hess alongside Grandmaster Vidit Gujrathi. be ready for tonight's action. You will not want to miss it.